Good morning and welcome back to the FPL Tom YouTube channel ahead of Game Week 23. Of course, we are quite early. The deadline isn't till 1:30 today, but as kind of the course with this season, we are of course doing these earlier streams, and then, you know, we leave it up to the bigger boys. They can then go and do their thing for the final 2 hours. But if you are here nice and early, that's the main thing. You know, we're going to answer questions, we're going to be doing team reviews, and the usual just nonsense that usually flies out within these streams as well. I can already see we've got some absolute legends in the chat. Jamie Hayes is in here, Bob's in here, Tim's in here, Krillex, XYD has said, hello Tom, how you doing, mate? I'm doing good. I hope you're doing good as well, my friend. We'll talk through my transfer plans in a little bit as well, mate. Don't you worry. There's only one FPL Tom. Love that, mate. Love that. Thoughts on Palmer to Foden next week? Probably wouldn't do it. Mohammed's in the chat as well, one of our channel members. Of course, if you do want to become a channel member, click the join button down below. You get yourself some special shout outs and stuff like that. And it only costs 99p, so it helps support the channel a little bit, but it's nice and easy for you guys as well. It's not too expensive. I didn't want to make it expensive. I wanted to make it as cheap as possible. Andy's in the chat as well. Voice just cracked a little bit then. Andy's in the chat as well, one of our channel moderators. Shout out to him. Luke the Nuke as well. Getting some absolute legends in here, nice and early. There is a poll going around on the chat, but I imagine this one will probably end quite quickly. It is the best captain for Game Week 23. Get your votes in for that one, but I do think Mohamed Salah is probably going to win it, to be honest. Yeah, I think it's just too good a fixture to pass up on, isn't it? So Salah's probably going to win that poll, so we'll probably look at some other polls throughout today's stream as well. Like I said, we will be doing team reviews, so if you want to go and follow my Twitter, which is that one there, drop me a follow, send me a team, leave it under my most recent post, and of course, we'll get your team rated. We'll probably do those around 10 o'clock, somewhere around there, maybe even like 10:30. Once we get a good batch of those in, we will start to do those. Right. Let me load up my team, and yeah, this is it. This is it so far. I've not made any transfers. I've got 3 in the bank. We are going to make all 3 today. I just haven't decided one player. That's all we've got left to decide. So the plan is to do Bruno Fernandes down to Ahmed. Now, I don't realistically want to take Bruno out, but it frees up quite a lot of money to do what else I want to do. So Bruno down to Ahmed. Both of those are massive contributors to Manchester United, so that's fine. Then we're going to do Greaves up to Trent Alexander-Arnold, obviously, of course, with a good fixture. Then the double game week. He's also got the highest predicted points behind Mohamed Salah in terms of Liverpool players as well. Then the final spot to afford all this is to do Nicholas Jackson. Now, we could do Nicholas Jackson down to Cody Gakpo, but that means then we're not going to play the assistant manager chip next week, which was my original plan. Or we could then potentially do Jackson down to DCL. It's a possibility, and I know I'm probably going to get pelters for it. Or we could do Jackson down to Visser. Now, that's my probably preferred route. I really like Visser. I think there's some good fixtures coming up. So, yeah, let me know which probably striker you would go for there. We've got Gakpo, but that obviously rules out the assistant manager chip. We could, theoretically, go for... what's his face? Who else am I thinking? We could go for DCL, or we could go for Visser. So let me know which out of those 3 you think are the potential best options. Do you like the new bench design? I don't mind it. I'm imagining probably when you activate the assistant manager, it's going to go in like the left or the right, isn't he? Yeah. And you are a legend, mate. Don't you worry. George is in the chat as well. Hope you're doing good, my friend. I hope you're doing good, mate. Are you planning to double up on Liverpool? I'm probably, yeah, going to look at a double up or potentially even a triple up. So it's either going to be a double or it will be a triple or it will be the assistant manager chip played next week. Morning, Tom. Would you start Visser or Rodgers? Already playing Rodgers. I probably would start Rodgers, yeah. I know Visser's been out in France dealing with some trial that he's part of at the moment. Not because he's done anything wrong. He was part of an acid attack. So, yeah, I know he's been out in France, so probably missed maybe 1 or 2 training sessions this week. Maybe taking a little bit of time off. Like, it's not like an easy thing to go for, is it, as well? So, yeah. Of course, I remember you from MVS's stream. By the way, what an absolute legend he is as well. Make sure to go and check out his channel as well. You've been warned, Tom. I know I've been warned about DCL, but he's too tempting. He's too tempting. Bro, in order to find Gakpo, I need to downgrade Martinelli to either Caicedo or Nawari. Nawari is to afford Enzo to Cliver. I'm not 100% convinced on Nawari, to be honest. I don't necessarily think that's probably the wisest move to do. I'm going Gabriel to Trent, Jackson to Visser for this week to afford Trent, and add slot by dropping Gordon to Ahmed Cliver. I don't mind that. I think that's pretty decent. You've got your plan set there, Mohamed. I like that plan you've got in order. Morning, Tom. Who would you bench? Gvardiol and Savinho. I have Murillo, Hall, and Konate in defence. Then Diaz. Yeah, probably would be those two, yeah. Question. Can I have free Liverpool and play the assistant managership? You cannot. That goes for any team, by the way. That's not just Liverpool excluded. If you do play the assistant managership, you can only have 2 players from that club. So the assistant managership basically works like you're getting that 3rd player in. So yeah, just be wary of that one. Of course, if you are planning on, doing a triple Liverpool, then you go to activate the assistant managership next week and you're like, why can't I pick Liverpool? There's your reason why. There's your reason why. Who should I start? Rodgers or Sarr? I probably would go Sarr on that one. Villa have got a big game midweek, so we might potentially see a potential early substitution for Rodgers. Maybe like 6. I think he'll still start, but maybe a little bit early one. I think it's good. I think he looks like a decent signing. I don't claim to know anything really too much about him, but yeah, he looks decent. But the problem with January signings is I would never recommend bringing them into my team until I see them obviously getting a solid run of games. And it's Pep and City as well, and there's no real kind of ever player that just goes straight in, is there? So yeah. Would you do Gabriel to a Liverpool defender? It's a difficult one. I think if it's for Trent, yes, but the Arsenal fixtures are still pretty decent. They're one of the top sides for predicted clean sheets on the 11-5 model as well. So it's not like they're going to be a bad side. Is it? Brought in Foden for Saka during City's great fixtures. Do you think it's time to let him go? Yeah, I probably would say maybe give him this week. After this week, yeah, probably would look to be selling him. Legend Tom, best of luck this week. Not that you'll need it. I mean, we always need a little bit of luck. Bench 1, Wood, Alanga, Ahmed, Rodgers. Probably either between Alanga or Rodgers there for me, mate. I have 3 transfers and just have Salah. Tell me what to do. Probably would be looking to try and maybe squeeze a Trent or a Gakpo in there, personally for me. What assistant manager are you playing? I was planning on playing it next week, and we might go for slot. Yeah. Start Munoz or Robinson? Ooh, I would probably go Munoz. Would you start Raul or Semenyo? I probably would go Semenyo. Oh, fair. If they're going to be benched, maybe take the gamble on Nawari. At least he's got some attacking threat. At least he's got some. Reckon this is a good lineup enough to roll? Yeah, I think you could roll with that, George. I think 4 free transfers for next week. Yeah, you can fully attack it. Yeah. Can you see Spurs getting a lot of goals against Leicester? Yeah, I think that's one of the main strengths that Spurs have. They do score goals. Luis Diaz in, or is he a minutes risk? I'm just not completely convinced Luis Diaz starts both games, but yeah, it's going to be one of those. How long am I planning on streaming for? Probably up until about 11:30. Of course, the deadline is at 1:30 today, but yeah, that's when I'm planning on doing it. I wouldn't bench Palmer. I've seen a lot of people talk about selling Palmer, benching Palmer. I just wouldn't do it. Like, the guy's a penalty taker. You know my opinion on benching penalty takers. Never do it. All it takes is one little thing. I think City have only got one fit centre-back as well. So, yeah, I can see Chelsea scoring. He's the main man of that side. Don't do it. Don't do it. Transfers done. Timber, Konate. Nice. Fair enough. Start Colwell against City? Probably not. Rodgers or Ahmed? I would maybe lean more towards Ahmed, I think. I think Rodgers is a decent pick for this week, but with that Champions League game midweek, they might want him fit and fresh on that one, potentially. Alex is in the chat, who's currently 9th in the world. So big shout out to Alex, absolute legend. He says, good morning, Tom. Hope you're doing well as well, my friend. Play Konza or Timber? Ooh, I probably would go Timber. Probably would go Timber on that one. Sleeping on Watkins. The thing with Watkins is, right, the fixtures the next three are great. They are. There's no getting around it. There's just Duran creeping. There's the fact then that the Champions League midweek, and he's so expensive. I spoke about this in the FBL Experts video. He's in great form, but it's the price, and everybody's looking at double game week players, and it's just not right. You know what I mean? He's just not right. So yeah, for me, I do think he could be a decent pickup, but with the price that he's at, with of course the chance that Duran just starts a random game, yeah, don't go for it. Stress-free decision for me, starting Rodgers or JP. Maybe go JP. I mean, I think, yeah, that is a 50-50 split, to be honest. If you want to flip the coin is always here as well. Wood out, Gakpo in. It's not a bad option, is it? It just isn't a bad option. I think the only problem like you're going to have, like Chris Wood and his fixtures do start to tail off, right? The problem and the scary thing for a lot of people is going to be that. That right there probably means he's going to be around maybe 80% effective ownership. But Bournemouth are a decent side. Brighton, I could probably see him scoring. Fulham, I could see him scoring. Then you go into this, where it's Newcastle, Arsenal, City. That's probably going to be the period where you do flog him off. But we've seen time and time again this season, he just keeps scoring. Like, he got a goal against Liverpool, who are one of the best defences XG conceded-wise. He just keeps on banging goals in and has been doing it all season and has been defying the odds. So I am a fixtures man, and I would say, you know, obviously these fixtures ain't good and you're going to probably want to mix it up. And with Gakpo having the double, does look like a very, very decent option. But I would just be wary of Chris Wood. We all know what he's capable of. Start Mikalenko or Colwell. Probably go Mikalenko on that one. Start Robinson or Aina. I'd be tempted with Robinson, you know. I would be tempted with Robinson. Of course, the only problem is, right, is you're going to have that Forest effective ownership is going to be ridiculous at the back. If they keep a clean sheet, you're mudded a little bit. Bench Visser, Wood or Ahmed. And Wood's never let me down. I probably would be looking to bench Visser then. Brentford's away form is not great. It's not great. Should I use a transfer from Haaland to Gakpo? I have Isak, Salah and Palmer too. I don't mind it. The fixtures for City are a little bit more difficult. Big game for them as well midweek in the Champions League. Yeah, I think probably Anthony Gordon is probably going to be a player you're going to be looking to offload. Same with like the Lewis Halls of the world. Again, looking at these fixtures. From an attacking standpoint, they're not awful, but then you get into this run here, one of the fourth best defence for XG conceded, first for XG conceded. Like, you know, there's a few difficult games starting to appear in here, and I definitely think Bournemouth showed the frailties that Newcastle still have as a side. So, yeah, a lot of people will have watched that. Yeah. Jason has said the best way to win FPL is doing something that nobody else is. I'm going to captain DCL. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. No, the stream isn't going to last till the deadline. We'll go till 11:30. Honestly, my vocal cords wouldn't hack it if we went all the way to the deadline. Let's just put it that way. Probably not. I'm probably never going to let any viewers on the stream one day, just purely because you don't know what's going to come out their mouths, and I like being monetized. Simple as that, isn't it, really? I mean, I answer your questions and stuff like that. Maybe if we get, you know, like we've got a Discord, and we speak to a lot of people in the Discord a lot of the time, so I know they're probably chill. But yeah. Dawson season, what a throwback that is from last year, man. That was a great time. I'd rather have Mikalenko come off the bench. What time is the team rating? We'll do it in an hour. We'll do those at 10 o'clock, all right? So yeah, if you want to get your team rated by me, at FPLTom_, leave it under one of my most recent tweets and we'll get your team rated. Yeah, anybody can join the Discord. One of the moderators will whack it in the chat for you. But yeah, anybody is welcome to join the Discord. We've got lots of kind of new channels in there as well. We talk about football. There's a predictions league that George does as well in there. It's really good. Obviously, I'm floating around in there answering questions and stuff like that. But yeah, one of the moderators will whack that in the chat. Hey Tom, could you suggest any good differentials after the new wildcard drop? My team's become a template team. Right, this is the thing, right? And I've spoke about this a few times. If you think your team looks template, it probably is, but it isn't at the same time. Like, let me explain this, okay? So what it is you might have all the very popular picks, but it's within combinations that your team actually starts to become differential. So example, for my team, right? Chris Wood, very highly owned player. Isak, very highly owned player. Brian Mbeumo, Palmer, Salah, Aina. When we drop Trent in here as well, probably even more highly owned. But the fact that I've got all these players, not everybody's going to have every single one of those. There's maybe going to be about 5% of the game that have all of those players. That's what then starts to make that team differential. Now, it might look very, very template, but if you start to break down the numbers a little bit and have a look yourself, you will actually start to see that not everybody owns these players that you thought were ridiculously template and highly owned. It's when you start to delve into those numbers that you realise, okay, this team's actually not that template on paper. Now, of course, I think you do need 1 or 2 differential picks. That's completely fine. And I think, you know, from game week 25, Bournemouth go on a pretty decent run. Of course, the double game week offers opportunities as well with the likes of Gakpo, DCL potentially, and Dye, Mikalenko, Pickford. There's plenty of players that you could, of course, go and pick up over the next few weeks. And sometimes I think people get caught up in this idea that if an FPL content creator or a lot of people within the FPL community on Twitter are talking about a player, then he's owned by everyone. And that's just not the case. Case in point, Munoz. It feels like on Twitter, every man and the dog owns this guy. He's owned by 6.4% of the game. But on Twitter, it feels like everybody owns Munoz. You know what I'm saying? That's how it feels, right? Everybody owns Munoz. Every man and the dog has got him. But they haven't. It's just like that. Honestly, it's just like that. Ola Aina or Kai Havertz, who to start this game week? Probably would go Kai. Yeah, I'd probably go Kai on that one. I brought in Trent for a -4. Fair enough. I think with a double game week looming, -4s are a little bit more justified, to be honest. What's the poll looking like? It's currently on 86% Salah. 10% have gone for Isak, which is a little surprising. I thought that those numbers would have been a little bit lower, but it is what it is. Start João Pedro or Sarr. I probably would go João Pedro. Penalties for me. Yeah, I'd probably go that one. My team is Captain Salah, Isak, Wood. Looks a decent side. Yep, nice. Yeah, let me have a look at your team to rate Trampoline WWE. Any suggestions? Maybe start to look to double game week players. Obviously, you've got 2 Manchester United players in there. Maybe Diaz could be a potential one as well. My mini league leader sold Trent for Murillo. That's a disaster. You got to pounce on that one, bro. Yep, I think Alex has also made a very, very valid point in the chat. He says, I'm in the top 10, 9th. Don't undersell yourself, Alex. Come on. And he says, he's never had a Forest asset until last week. There's a lot of ways to do good in the game. Agreed. And I think the Forest assets have only become probably popular in the past like 4 to 5 game weeks, though, really, haven't they? But yeah. Probably not an option, mate. The reason I start earlier is purely because once you get to the point, and this goes for anybody that's looking to maybe start an FPL channel themselves, when you get to the start, like the last 2 hours of a deadline, you have Raptor, you have Andy, you'll have Focal, you have FPL Mate, you got Fran, Gianni, Holly. Like, there's 7 people there that have plus 30k subscribers. Like, the big boys as well, the Andys, they dominate. Everybody goes towards him. He's got thousands of people in his streams. If you search in an FPL on a deadline in those last 2 hours, I ain't coming anywhere near the top. Whereas if we go live now, there's me, there's Console, there's Golden Goal. That's it, right? And we're just competing amongst each other. We're all very similar in terms of subscriber numbers. That is the main reason why, pretty much. And obviously I'm quite close with Golden, and that's kind of the decision we've made this season is purely if we go for those last 2 hours, we're going to be wasting our time and energy because, yeah, we'll have our regular subscribers in. Great. It's amazing to chat to you guys. But we're not going to get any growth out of it. And that's ultimately why we do this is, I like playing FPL, but I want to grow this channel and make it even better and bigger for you guys. So, yeah, that's kind of why we go early. Pretty much it. Yeah, someone's just said it in the chat. Everybody watches Andy. So what's kind of the point? Who's your other favourite FPL creator? Of course, I've got a soft spot for Golden. Me and him are very good friends. I really like Raptor. He was one of the ones that got me into doing content creation. So when we got to obviously meet him on the FPL therapy as well, that was pretty immense. I can't lie, that was pretty immense. That was pretty decent. I'm not gonna lie to you. That was a very good experience, and yeah, just an all round nice guy is Ross. So no problems with him. Focal's raided me a few times as well. Yeah, big fan of him. FPL robotic knees. Jackson to Gakpo. Yep, I think that's a perfectly acceptable move. Who is the best Arsenal and Spurs attacking option in FPL? I mean, both of them really are missing the key men, and I think Spurs, I don't really know how to call it. Probably Kulusevski would be the only one maybe I'd consider, but I think there's just better players within that run. Arsenal, yeah, honestly, yeah, I don't think I'd want any of them. I know the fixtures are really appetising, but I just don't think I'd want any of them. Jess is in the chat. Hope you're doing well. She says, bonjour. Oui, ça va. Très bien. No, I just said I'm good. I'm good. Comment vas-tu? There you go. Bit of French, bit of bilingual for you on a Saturday morning. Not every FPL streamer gives you that, do they? I brought in Trent for a -4. Good decision. I don't mind it. You've got the double game week to cover it off, and I do feel like Trent's effective ownership is going to be rocketing over the next few weeks. One free transfer. Currently, Saar on the bench. Sell Saar for Mbuemo and start him over Raul Jimenez. Don't mind that. Don't mind that. I think you could very easily play Saar, though, as well, Lucas. What are you going to do with Jackson? Liverpool triple up? Yeah, let me talk you through my transfer plans for people that have just joined. Obviously, I realise I announced them at the start of the stream. Basically, we're gonna do Bruno down to Ahmed, Bruno down to Ahmed, Greaves up to Trent. Then we're gonna do Jackson down to either Gakpo, which means then I wouldn't play the assistant manager chip next week, or we would do it to DCL or Visser, meaning we can play the assistant manager chip next week. Speaking the French, what did Jessica say? I think she replied in French, right? Yes, she did. Good. If anybody else wants to speak some French. Je adore le fromage, je adore le piscine, je déteste la bibliothèque. There we go. Oh, cheers, man. I appreciate that. Cunha or Ahmed? Ooh, probably go Ahmed. Yep, we'll be rating teams at 10 o'clock. Of course, if you want to get your team sent over to me at FPLTom_ on my Twitter. But yeah. Would you rather do Foden to Diaz and Timber to Trent, or Timber to Konate and Saar to Diaz? Ooh. I would prefer the first option, I think. Yeah, I'd prefer the first option. I probably wouldn't get 2 Everton players in, Jess. I think 1 is the maximum, and it's probably going to be a defender, isn't it? Je déteste Jackson. Yeah, everybody je déteste Jackson. I don't think he'll go straight into the side. Oui, je adore le Robinson. Anyone not picking Salah? It looks like a large majority are picking Salah, to be honest. Isak at 10%, but Salah at 86%. So I think the poll is probably pretty clear with that one. Owen Sanchez, only 0.2 in the bank. Would you use 2 free transfers to get a better goalkeeper in? Would you sell Timber to fund it? I think the only probably goalkeepers I would be looking at for the next 2 weeks are going to be Alisson or Pickford with the double. So yeah. I do pick my nose. Yeah, their attack is a little bit dicey. It is a little bit dicey. Yeah, I genuinely don't know how people could not pick Mohamed Salah, to be honest. It's so rogue. By the way, guys, if you are enjoying today's stream, make sure you like it, subscribe, all that good stuff. Of course, we are trying to hit 12,500 subscribers by the end of this season, and it is only possible with your guys' amazing support. We need around 1,000 to go. Obviously, plenty of game weeks to do it. We'll be live for pretty much every single one. I've booked off quite a few of the midweek ones as well. So yeah, make sure you're hitting that subscribe button. Plenty more content coming your way as well. Yeah, Pickford's a decent one. He picks up plenty of saves as well. He really picks up plenty of saves. Yeah, definitely let's get some more likes in here as well. Only 32? Come on, we can up those numbers. Let's try and get ourselves to 50. Smash that like button for me, guys. Come on, you can do it. Gakpo or Alisson in the triple up? Ooh, I think I probably prefer double Liverpool defence over attack. For me, yeah. That's just the way I'd go. My captain left. Kyle Walker is always in my heart. I thought he was going to go Saudi. I was surprised that he went AC. Weird one. Weird one. What time is it? I'm guessing you mean what time is it for me in the UK. It is 11 minutes past 9 in the UK. We'll do team reviews at 10. No worries, mate. Best of luck with your own stream today. And Die, probably not an option. Probably not, is he? Ahmed or Visser? Ooh. I think I prefer Ahmed for this week. Visser afterwards. Yeah. I definitely think Pickford could be a really good shout. I think that's probably maybe one of my transfers as well. Yeah, I was really baffled why AC wanted him. Weird one, but Italy game is notoriously always played a little bit slower, so maybe it's going to benefit him. And obviously, he's still a big draw. He's still a big draw. England international. They've got quite a few English players as well out there. Tamori, Loftus-Cheek as well. So, you know, he can kind of mix with the English guys there as well. Guesses on what Tom smells like. Did I put some spray on today? I did. All right, I've got some links on my. I'm just looking on my computer here. Right, I've got the links. I've got the some Hugo Boss as well. We've got 3 bottles of that, different ones. I smell quite nice. I think anyway. Need Jake to do a sniff test. Brentford picks essential after game week 25. I think probably as long as you've got Brian and Mbeumo, you're going to be covered. But this is a really decent option within that kind of striker bracket as well. What rumours have you heard about Mbeumo and Visser, Luke the UK? Morning, would you do Timber to Van Dijk or Gabriel to Trent? Gabriel to Trent. I really don't think Van Dijk is a solid option for me personally. I just don't. Yeah. That's just the way I kind of lean on that one. But yeah, I don't think he is. Yeah. Up the Italy. Whee. Yeah, I don't mind Italy. Got a lot of time for Serie A. Deal with it quite a bit of work. Hey Tom, play Rogers or Ahmed? I probably would go Ahmed. I actually haven't got any links, Africa. We've got, what have we got on here? We've got some black vanilla. What else have we got on here? Leather and cookies for the ladies. And finally, gold. Not by Spandau Ballet, by Lynx, that one. Bruno to Mbeumo or Jackson to Visser? Jackson to Visser for me, mate. That'd probably be the one I'd go with, that one. No, I'm not a Spurs fan. I support, you can't see it anymore, but there's a kit the other side that we used to have in the setup. It is a Mansfield Town shirt. That's the team I support. That's the area I'm from. Going back there today as well. Spending some time with my family before my birthday on Monday. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Diaz and Jackson to Gordon and Gakpo. No, I think you probably got it the wrong way around, really, mate. Planning Gordon to Mbeumo around game week 25. Gabriel does go down to a cheap defender next week to allow Slot to assistant manager. Fair enough, mate. Play Ahmad or Raul. Probably go Ahmad. Yeah, definitely. Definitely with the Brentford model. They'll always sell up. And I think it'll probably be Visser because he'll go into his final year of his contract. Unless they... yeah. Tom's still trying to use up his links. I actually genuinely didn't get any links ones. Genuinely didn't get any links things. But yeah, it is what it is. Gakpo or Trent? I think Trent's the better option. Anton's in the chat. Hope you're doing well, my man. Who do I support? I support Mansfield Town. Happy birthday in advance. Thank you, man. I appreciate that one. Yeah, I'm starting to get a little bit old now, and the hairs are starting to get a little bit grey. Yeah, I think my only Premier League team that I like are Brentford. I just like the model and everything that they do. I know, yeah. I was devastated. Genuinely devastated that I didn't get any links. I'm from up north, up the Black Cats. I'm actually going to the Middlesbrough-Sunderland game. Yeah, I'm going to the Middlesbrough-Sunderland game in, when is it? 3rd of Feb, I think? Yeah, I'm going there for the second channel. So, yeah, I'm in the Middlesbrough end, unfortunately, mate. Love your channel, Tom. Would you play Pickford or Sells? I would play Sells. Do you like movies or series? Tell us some of your favourites. I don't watch too much TV. The only thing I kind of do is I usually watch a film or like television when I eat food. That's the only real time I watch anything. Other than that, I kind of don't. And I usually just watch the same few series over and over again. Yeah, that's all I do. I just watch like the same few series over and over again. But yeah, in terms of films, I'm a big Scorsese fan. Obviously, Casino, Wolf of Wall Street, Goodfellas, massive fan of everything. Taxi Driver, some great films in there. And then I just like kind of just weird films, just like easy watch films while I have my dinner. And I watch the same couple every now and again. But yeah, anything with like a true story, I'm your man. Give it me. Give it me. Watkins to Gakpo or hold Watkins? I would hold probably Watkins for this week. Up the Villa, no one minds Villa as a team. I think some people do. I think people from, West Brom or Wolverhampton probably do. Captain Salah or Isak, I think it's an easy one this week, isn't it? It is going to be Mohamed Salah captain. Love that feeling when Hull beat second in the Championship. Yeah, massive result that in the Championship then. I'm going Sunderland Plymouth today. Nice. Hopefully a win for the Black Cats, mate. Team ratings will be done at 10 o'clock. We'll get a good batch of team ratings done at 10 o'clock. You'll be bored in the Borough end, but you'll see lots of goals. All right, we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, Goodfellas is class. I love Casino as well. Yeah, just big Scorsese fan. And usually you can tell when films are directed or like have an influence from Scorsese as well. There's a film called The Card Counter that I know he was like some executive producer on. You can just tell when he usually touches something. So yeah, COD fans also don't like Villa. Yeah, Modern Family and The Office as well. Easy telly, aren't they? Should I play Hoyson or Munoz? I would play Munoz. No worries, mate. No worries, mate. See you next week. Obviously, I will be live as well Wednesday for the UCL stream. So yeah, I'll be live for that one as well. When is the next deadline? I think it's a Saturday. I think it's next Saturday, right? Someone correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe it's next Saturday. Am I doing a knee-jerk stream for this week? I will not be doing a knee-jerk reaction stream for this week. Purely down to the fact that I'm going home, like I said, for my birthday. So, yeah, no knee-jerk reaction. I'll get a video out tonight for the transfer targets and everything like that. So, yeah, there'll be a video out tonight, don't worry, covering all the transfer targets and stuff like that. But, yeah, I won't be back here until Monday. So, yeah, no knee-jerk reaction stream on Sunday. Hi, Tom. Do you think Cunha starts this week? I think he does, yeah. I think he does. Hi, boss. Play Pedro at home against Everton or Mbeumo away? Ooh, I probably would still go Mbeumo. Happy birthday, FPL Thomas. Jesus, that's not a name I ever want to be called. Finally legal. Oh, dear. Bro, if you actually knew how old I was, you wouldn't be going, oh, he's 18. I know I look about 18. To be fair, I look about 10. I can't even lie, I do just look about 10, don't I? But I'm not. I promise you I'm not. Right, let's start going through some slides then and stuff. taking a look at some stuff, and we'll get back to answering your questions as well. This is the data from 11FI. You know, if you've ever watched any of my content on the channel, you know I'm a huge fan of the 11FI work. As you can see, this is the clean sheet data over the next few weeks. Arsenal looking pretty good, so maybe people looking at potentially selling Gabriel or Raya could potentially come to regret that decision. Liverpool, of course, very good data. Doesn't include the matchday 24 one, but I believe 11FI got it at a 41% chance of a clean sheet. So yeah, pretty decent if you factor that in as well. Next three fixtures really good, so I think any sort of investment into the Liverpool defence is going to be worthwhile. Palace look pretty good, so maybe Munoz is a decent pick. I'm not buying into the Brighton one. They've been pretty leaky across the back. Villa's next three fixtures are pretty decent, so if you've got Konza, probably keep him and play him. What other teams are looking good? Everton have actually got a 42% chance against Leicester. Then I think it's around an 11% chance against Liverpool as well. So yeah, I think you could be in a pretty good position if you did maybe gamble on an Everton defender as well. Solid numbers across the board for Bournemouth. Obviously, their fixtures picking up massively around 25. So Huijsen, Kirkez, definitely going to be decent options there. In terms of Forest, we do start to see a little bit of a tail off with more difficult fixtures on the horizon. So it might potentially be time to, of course, look away from their potential ones. What's going off in the chat? Let's have a look. Palmer versus City, a sell? No, don't sell Palmer. Really, really don't sell Palmer. Come on. Yeah, don't sell Palmer. I'm predicting teams that are suggesting Munoz over Hall today. That doesn't seem right. Yeah, I don't think I'd do that. Eze in? No, I probably wouldn't do that. Gabriel or Robinson? I probably would go Gabriel. You just have to look at the clean sheet numbers here. 49%. Got to be going with Gabriel for that one. Should I go for a defence with Gabriel, Hall, Munoz and Trent, or sub someone in for a Langer? No, I probably would go with that back four. To be honest, mate. Right, let's continue. Let's take a look at the projected goal numbers from 11FI. Again, Liverpool top, so any sort of investment into that lineup outside of Salah, I think is going to be a pretty worthwhile thing to do. Saliba is not going to play. He's injured for 2 weeks. Chelsea's numbers, as you can see here, decent after 23. Look at those. I think if you come to sell Palmer, 27 and 28, they've obviously got some really, really good fixtures there. 24 is a pretty decent fixture as well. So I do think if you sell in Palmer, probably going to end up with egg on your face. Spurs have got some really good fixtures from an attacking perspective, but who do you go and bring in there is a really difficult question, I guess. And like, how do you get them in? It's quite difficult to say, to be honest. But who else have we got that looks pretty decent? Newcastle's, you do start to see a drop off, so I think Gordon probably going to be a little bit of a sell. City's as well do start to get a little bit more difficult over the next few weeks. So Haaland probably going to be out of most people's teams, I would imagine. Seeing an upturn for Brentford as well, around 24. So a lot of people are going to be jumping on Visser, Brentford, and Buemo, sorry, as well. Maddison and Digne versus Trent, Rodgers. I mean, it's easy. That's Trent and Rodgers. Whoever you pick there. Jackson to Gakpo. Yeah, I think that's a very easy switch, isn't it? Palmer gets you 15 points every game, every 3 games. Yeah, he does. I think Enzo's one of those where there's so many good options around that price point now. The likes of Ahmed, Rodgers, Kluivert. I think I probably would hold Enzo till 25 and maybe look at getting Kluivert in. Is Gakpo a good option? Yeah, I think so. I genuinely think he could be a fantastic option. By the way, if you are enjoying today's stream, guys, make sure you're hitting that subscribe button, like button, all that good stuff. Massively appreciate everybody that's in today's stream. Play Gabriel or Robinson? I would play Gabriel. Yeah, I probably would play Gabriel. Let's go and take a look at the betting markets ahead of this week then. As we can see, some pretty big projected goals for this week. Liverpool, Newcastle, Tottenham. A lot of probably one-sided games this week, so we could maybe see quite a few clean sheets potentially for the first time in a few weeks. Liverpool's numbers looking decent. Arsenal's numbers looking pretty good as well. Villa's numbers are looking pretty decent against West Ham. And then obviously you've got Brighton, pretty good numbers against Everton as well. mainly because they're pretty crap at defending. Maybe I need to have a look at my defence here. So we've got Forest at 20. We've got Villa at 38. We've got Newcastle at 36. And who's my other defender going to be? Trent at 52. So maybe I need to look at potentially dropping Aina and slapping Konza in there with that 38%. That might be something to think about. That might be something to think about with that one. Of course, if you're unsure which potential benching defenders to go for as well and stuff like that, this is probably the way to do it, I would say. Look at the clean sheet odds and back whichever team you do fancy in that regard. How do you get so high up? Rank, I'm stuck in the top 300k. A little bit of luck. Genuinely a little bit of luck. I've had quite a few defenders this week, in the past few weeks, just pop up with random scores. And it is sometimes finding that one player that just, if you catch them at the right time, absolutely explodes. And that can be the game breaker. I've had Vissa this season. I've had Mbuemo at the right times. But I've also made some bad picks. DCL I've had for large parts this season. Jackson. The players that haven't delivered. So yeah, it's just sometimes catching the right decisions. And making the right captaincy choice most weeks as well. I mean, bro, if you're top of your money league, it shows you're doing the right things. It genuinely does show that you're doing the right things. I think you'll be fine. Yeah, I probably would drop Aina for Konate. But yeah, it's maybe one to think about with my team. Do I bench Konza here, or do we put Aina in? By the way, for people just joining, we do have free transfers left, and I am planning on using all of them. Bruno down to Ahmed. Greaves up to Trent Alexander-Arnold. Then we have the decision Jackson to Gakpo, which would mean no assistant manager next week. Or we could do... what's the other option as well? We could do DCL or Vissa. DCL or Vissa. Yeah, I mean, that's big luck, isn't it, mate? It is big luck. Who is the best third Liverpool option, Alisson or Gakpo? Probably would be leaning more towards the double Liverpool defence as well. Yeah, this is the thing with every January sign-in. I don't think they're going to be good enough options for me to consider, personally. Yeah. Robinson or Gabriel? Probably would go Gabriel. Which two would you start between Hall, Robinson and Munoz? I would probably go Hall and Munoz, mate. Why don't I start Konza? I think it is purely down to the fact that I am quite bullish on that Forest defence. But yeah, I probably should play Konza in this regard. Bench Aina, but I know what's going to happen if I do that. I fully know what's going to happen. I just think with Villa maybe having midweek priorities, that's maybe where my mind's leading a little bit on that one. Ooh, DCL. Yeah, DCL might be coming in. We might be getting DCL in, and I know what's going to happen. It's just going to end in tears, isn't it? It is just going to end in tears if we go and get DCL. We all know what's going to happen. DCL comes in, we get tears. Yeah. That's just what's going to happen, isn't it? It is just what's going to happen. DCL. Do keep your questions coming in, guys. Any that you do have about your teams. Team for this week. Nice. Yeah, don't mind that. Yeah, the table bonus could be one, but I just think I'd like to have... I mean, it's one of those. I haven't really weighed it up enough, to be honest. What is the best wildcard team for this game week? Probably would have Trent. There's a video on my channel, actually. Trent, maybe an Arsenal defender, probably Munoz as your back three. Ahmed, Salah, Palmer, Brian and Mbuemo, then either maybe like a Cliver or a Rodgers. Up front, you're probably having Isak, Gakpo, Vissa, or a DCL. Oh, DCL would sit on the bench for this week. He would only come in for the double game week. Mateta is, but at the same time, yeah, he's not got a double game week. I think I want the double game week. People are telling me to ignore DCL. Let me know in the chat, should I ignore DCL or should I keep him in there? Gabriel to Virgil van Dijk and Lewis to Hall, 2 free transfers. I'd try and find the money. I would prefer if you downgrade maybe Lewis to a cheaper player, like a Mikalenko, get another doubler in, then use that money to try and get to Trent. I think if you can find that way, that money to get to Trent, he's going to absolutely smash whatever Virgil van Dijk does this week. Easy. Would you start Robinson or Aina? Have a nice day. Oh, cheers, man. I would be tempted with Robinson, you know. I prefer an injured Beto over DCL. Bro, the DCL hype it's there. It is there. It is there if we want it. How much money would we have if we did the Gakpo move? Let me have a look. Right. So we do that, and that. We'd get Trent in. We'd get Ahmed in. And we'd get Gakpo in. Can I afford all this? Oh, just. I can just afford all that. So yeah, that is one of the options. It would mean then no assistant manager next week. I mean, we'd be triple up on Liverpool for the double. Cody Gakpo, eh? 0.53 is not bad. I mean, he's not really done too much. I do feel like the assistant manager could outscore more there. I do feel like the assistant manager could probably outscore more there. Or the other option, Calvert. We could do that one. That obviously gives us loads of budget to go and play Slot as the assistant manager. I am looking at maybe downgrading Rare to Pickford next week as well. Get another doubler in there. So that's option 2. There are more double game weeks coming, but not as many as we've seen in previous seasons. We're going to have one in 33 or 34 and 36. And there may be a blank thrown in there as well. Right, you know what? I'm going to change the poll, right? We're going to go transfer options, and you guys are going to tell me which ones I go for. Okay, we're going to end that poll. Okay. Transfer plans. Option 1 is Gakpo, Trent Alexander-Arnold, Ahmad. Option 2 is Trent, Ahmad, DCL. Option 3, Trent, Ahmad, Visser, AM24. Right, I've put a poll in for my potential transfers. So let me talk you through them again. Right, so this could be option 1. Is this one? Where is he? Gakpo, like that. So that's option 1 that's in the poll. But it would mean then we don't have the money to play Slot as the assistant manager. We could go for option 2. Where is he? Calvert. Option 2, which could look a little bit like this. Dominic Calvert-Lewin in here. Of course, he wouldn't play this week. He would just play the double. Then we'd probably look to remove him. Or we could just do this one. Option 3. Which again, then would give us the assistant manager chip. So let me know in the chat which options you would potentially go for. Obviously, option 1 doesn't include the assistant manager chip in 24. Option 2 and option 3 do include the assistant manager chip in double game week 24. So we would play it on slot. But yeah, let me know in the chat which way you are leaning on that one. Get your votes in, of course. Let me know. Currently leading is the option 1 of Gakpo, Trent and Ahmed. But I'm interested to see. Listen to the 9%. Listen to the 9%. Yeah, they've got the right idea. They have got the right idea. Yeah, get your votes in for that one. Let me know which options you are potentially looking at. People are saying option 3. Ooh. This is the thing, right? The team actually doesn't need any transfers. It is a pretty solid team already. The only reason I want to make a transfer is because I want Trent. I do want Trent. So yeah. Is it so crazy that so many people are selling Gabriel and Palmer? I think the Palmer one is absolutely bonkers considering some of the fixtures Chelsea have got coming up. But let's have a look. Yeah, look at this, right? So it's not West Ham next week, great fixture. Brighton are pretty leaky. Villa are okay-ish. Then Southampton and Leicester. Are you mad? Are you mad selling this player? Like, yeah, I think people are a little bit mad. Gabriel, yeah, I can see it. I can see it. You're not getting any toffees. There is the option to go and get one in the transfers. People are liking the Visser option as well with the assistant manager. It's going to be a close split, that one, I reckon. Yeah, I can't understand why anyone's selling Palmer. With his high ownership as well, like, if he cooks in the next few weeks, he's going to absolutely end your season like that. I haven't heard any news on Visser, no. But nothing was said in the press conferences yesterday, so let's just wait and see. Yeah, Palmer's are just a keep for the remainder of the season, isn't he? I'd do that. I'm mad, but I'm not that mad yet. I've Van Dijk, Salah, no. I think Trent's probably a player you want to get. Like, Trent is one of my favourite other Liverpool players that I would be recommending highly, for me personally. Wood or Havertz to DCL? Oh God, probably leaning more towards Havertz, but Wood's obviously fixtures do tail away. But I think I would prefer Gakpo over both of those anyway. Start Eze or Wood? Wood. 5 goals in the first half incoming. Yep. Would you sell Enzo? I have 4 free transfers. Yes, to maybe like an Ahmed. That'd probably be my move I would go for. Yeah. Yeah, Cole Palmer could end a lot of people's seasons. It could be a really, really absolutely stupid move if you were to sell him. Thank you, everybody, for the stream. Thank you for helping us get to 50 likes as well. Massively appreciate everybody for that one. Big shout out to you guys. Thoughts on Porro? They got Leicester. I'm not going anywhere near a Spurs defender. Nope. Next poll, what's more mad? Selling Palmer or buying DCL? Yep. A lot of people are still leaning towards the Gakpo, Trent and Ahmed option. People like that option more. People do like that option. Bench 1 of Mbuemo, Semenyo, Ahmed, Pedro. Hold Saw or offload him. I think you could hold him for this week realistically. Maybe look to sell him in the next few weeks with difficult fixtures. But I think Palace will score against Brentford today. I do think they'll score against Brentford today. I was thinking Semenyo over Kluivert in for Enzo because I already have Bruno. Yeah, you could do that one. I think I do prefer Kluivert just for the penalty appeal for me personally. And Dye, he will outscore DCL in the double Moyes. Yeah, Moyes does like him. Buying DCL is going to be painful. It is going to be painful if I went for that option. It would be painful if we went for that option. Do you think tackles should be scored in FPL? Not really. I don't mind ball recoveries, but yeah, anything other than that, not really for me. Ball recoveries maybe, but yeah, I think you know they're a nice addition, but not something that I'd be dying to get in. I don't think the new signings will go straight in for City. I think they'll be bled into the side. Oh, that's heart wrenching for you, mate. Brentford and Villa can't keep a clean sheet. Yeah, they really can't. Rodgers or Clivert to start? I would probably go with Rodgers. Forest are a pretty nifty defence. On a wild card, Pedro or DCL? I think you could take the punt on DCL if you're on a wild card. You could have a little bit of fun with it. Take the punt. Take a little bit of a gamble. I think that'd probably be the way to go. Clivert or Jackson? Oh my god, probably Clivert. Yeah, I'd probably go Clivert on that one actually. Clivert or Jackson, Jesus. Hey Tom, who to bench out of João Pedro, Rodgers, Fernandes and Wood? I think out of all those, Rodgers isn't on penalties, so probably him. I guess let's just wait and see how the assistant manager chip plays out. They might include it in next year's game. They might not. Let's wait and see. DCL is a crime against fantasy. He really is, isn't he? A lot of hate for DCL. Bro, come on. He's not better than Salah. Salah's one of the best Premier League players of all time. I don't think I'd do Lewis to Hall. Like, you're not realistically going to want Lewis Hall in like a couple game weeks time, Mike. So, yeah, I probably wouldn't do that move. Robinson, Jimenez or Semenyo? Who do I start? Probably either Jimenez or Semenyo. I would probably go Munoz on that one, mate. Mikalenko is going to be the one Everton defender you want to go for. He's at 4.3 million. Tarkowski and Branthwaite, a little bit more expensive and don't really do too much in terms of output compared to Mikalenko. Probably going to be between João Pedro and Rodgers on that benching one, mate. Yeah, probably that's the way that you go with that one. Like I said, we will be doing team reviews at 10 o'clock, so make sure you're getting those sent in to me. And we'll get those done and dusted. So yeah, send them over on Twitter. Who'd start, Robinson or Ahmed? I'd always prefer to start an attacker over a defender, especially this year with how low clean sheets as well. Yeah, have you ever seen Mohamed Salah play? Bro, he's literally one of the all-time greats of the Premier League. Do I play Ahmed? Yeah, I'd play Ahmed. Gakpo or Diaz? I think I would probably prefer Gakpo. I do feel like he is going to be the left-hand side of that Liverpool attack. We'll go through some predicted lineups in a second. Let me head over to Twitter. I can see we've had a lot of people sending their teams, so we'll obviously do those in a second. FPL Meerkat for the team ratings. Where are they? Where are they? Has he done them? Yeah, here we go. Predicted lineups. Let's go through all of these then. So this is the Arsenal one. Make sure you go and follow Charlie, by the way. Absolute legend for putting all this stuff together every single week. So make sure you're dropping him a cheeky little follow. But yeah, here are the team predictions for this week. As you can see, Havertz, Trossard, Martinelli is the front three. Timber at right back. Gabriel is in there though. Moving on to Villa. Does have Rodgers starting in case you were potentially debating him. Marland in there as well. Oh, could be an interesting one. But yeah, Watkins in there if you've obviously taken a little bit of a gamble on him. Clivert predicted to start for in there. Semenyo, Huijsen, Kirkes, all your popular options. Visser is in there as well. Rico Henry dropping back in, but could be a potential doubt on that one. But yeah, that's a pretty rocky defence, isn't it? Vandenberg, Collins, Henry, Roslev. Yeah, I think if you've got a Crystal Palace attacker, play them. But Brian's in there, Visser's in there for the predicted lineups. Brighton, João Pedro's in there, obviously a popular asset. I'm trying to see if there's anybody else really. Probably not within the Brighton team. Chelsea, Jackson, Palmer. A few people asking about Enzo, he's in there as well. Palace, Mateta, Eze, Sarr, all predicted to start. Munoz as well. Everton, Calvert-Lewin up top. and Die on the left. So if you have taken a gamble on those, Mikolenko in there as well. Like I said, he's going to be the cheap defender if you did want to go for it as well. Pickford in goal could be a decent option. Raul's expected to start. Smith Rowe, if you've still got him lingering around. Robinson as well, all predicted to start against Manchester United. Ipswich, I doubt anybody's got any Ipswich players, but Greaves, Davis, Delap, they're all predicted. Leicester, it's there. I don't think anybody owns any Leicester assets, do they, realistically? Liverpool, Diaz up top again. Gakpo on the left, Sabitzer in the 10, Salah on the right. Back line of Trent, Konate, Virgil and Robinson. And he said it's a close one, but given Diaz got subbed early in the Champions League, I've gone for him starting. Makes complete sense. Does make complete sense. City, Foden, Savinho, Gundo. The new centre-back is in there as well. But obviously, Mamouche, who people have been absolutely pounding me for in the chat, he's not in there. United, Bruno and Ahmed in the 2-10 roles as well. Mazraoui, Dalot within the wing-back roles as well. Dalot obviously back from suspension as well this week. Newcastle, Isak, Gordon up front. Hall at the back. Shaw, Botman in there. Livramento. So yeah, I actually need to just take a quick pic of that. And send it to someone. Where is he? Not that chat. There it is. That's the chat I need to do it. There we go. That's gone to a friend who's been winding me up all week. Nottingham Forest, Aina's in there. Chris Wood, Gibbs White, they're probably your popular assets. Southampton, if anybody owns any Southampton players, give yourself a serious head wobble. Spurs, Richarlison, Son, Kulusevski. But again, I just don't think there's going to be any reason I would go for a Spurs attacker, to be honest. West Ham, again, probably nobody owns any West Ham players at the moment. Cunha not in the predicted lineup. And Charlie said with 1 foot out of the door, he's expecting him not to start. I know we had a few people asking about whether or not to play Cunha. It does look like he potentially could be out of the door this week. Like I said, make sure you're going and giving Charlie a big follow. Putting together some absolutely cracking work every single week is Charlie over on his Twitter. So yeah, feel free to drop him a follow. Absolute legend. Puts these together. Assistant manager Chip Fred here as well. Yeah, it's just lots of good things. Bosh. Bosh, bosh, bosh. Nunes not starting criminal. I think he'll play the Champions League games. Porro not starting. There you go. Wouldn't even be considering Porro as an option, to be honest, mate. I don't think I'd go for it. Tom, bench, Wood or Rodgers? I'd go Rodgers. Wood's actually got a pretty decent record as well. Fair enough. Maybe he will. Maybe he will. We might see Darwin up top. Do you think Nottingham Forest could get a cheeky Premier League title? They'd need Liverpool to slip up over the next few weeks. But they're in the race. They've got some more difficult fixtures coming. And I think over the next 5 to 6, this is where we're going to see what they're actually made of. If they've got title chances within them. Right? Because the next few fixtures are really tough. I don't think I'd probably look at any other defenders then, if you've already got Mikolenko in. Probably wouldn't look at anybody else. Maybe Pickford, but a double up in Everton defence? Nah, not for me. Looking at the poll, a lot of people are still favouring option 1, Gakpo, Trent and Ahmed. Could be a tasty one. What games have we got on today? What games have we got on today? Liverpool play at 3. Oh, I would like to sit down and watch all my Liverpool assets at 3. That would be tasty. Bournemouth, Forest. Good game. Some tasty games on today. Hey Tom, do you play any sports? I don't play any sports, but I go to the gym. Pretty much. I live there, basically. I basically live at the gym. Yeah, team reviews will be in 10 minutes. So if you do want your team reviewing by me, obviously answering your questions about transfers and stuff like that, then we'll get them in. Might have double Forest attack if Cunha goes. Yeah, I can't believe that. Audacious from Forest, but you have to rate it. You have to rate the balls that they've gone for on that one. Do I bench Jimenez so I can start Ahmed? I think I would. Yeah, I think I would personally for me. Start Mikalenko or Robinson? I'd probably go Robinson on that one, mate. Yeah, I think Newcastle probably will end up about 5th, 6th. Wood to Gakpo or Ahmed to Sabitslai? Prefer the Wood option, to be honest, mate. Best replacement for Colwell? Mikalenko with the double game week coming up could be a decent shout. Munoz with some decent fixtures coming up for Palace. Who else have you got within that cheap bracket as well? Huyson. I know the next two are difficult for Bournemouth, but post that, they're really, really tasty and interesting fixtures. Yeah, Man United are bad. There's a video on my second channel, by the way, if you want to go and check it out, where we went to, as I labelled them, the most toxic club at the moment. Is he fashionable or is he genuine? I mean, I've looked at his data. It's okay. 0.52 expected goal involvement. He is an out-of-position player. But he's not a bad option. He's not a bad option. Morning, by the way, as well, Matt. Hope you're doing good. And Mbeumo or Kulusevski? I would prefer Brian and Mbeumo. Penalties, 90 minutes, plays for a better attack, in my opinion. Yeah. That's probably the way I'd go on that one. Kulusevski is one of my favourite Spurs assets if you were to obviously take a look at any. But for me personally, yeah, it's got to be. Yeah, I think James has also hit the nail on the head there as well. He is the second most nailed Liverpool attacker out of that lot. We're bringing that joke back as well, are we, Jessica? Should I start Ahmed over Wood or Visser? I'd be tempted over Visser, just with him being in court in France this week. You don't know what sort of training sessions he's missed. Maybe he's had a little bit of compassion leave as well. Nothing's been mentioned, but it's just one of those maybe. Let me know in the chat what options you would go for in terms of your transfers as well. Does look like option 1, Trent, Ahmed and Gakpo is currently leading, but obviously that means no assistant managership in 24. But let me know which options you would be leaning for. Yeah, Fulham are tipped to beat Manchester United. We looked at the betting data earlier. Let me quickly bring that up as well. We looked at the betting data here. You can see Fulham are better for the projected goals, better for the clean sheet odds as well. And with United's form at the moment, why not? Why not? Why could they not beat them? I mean, you could do that. You could do that. It's not a bad option. It's not a bad option. Obviously, I think you'll give you a good chance to see what Liverpool rotation's like in the Champions League, what rotation they go for this week as well. So I do feel it's a good option. Yeah, I feel that's a good option. Of course, by the way, if you do want to join the mini league, there is a link down in the description to go and get yourself in that one as well. I think we've got over 1,000 people now in the Soggy Biscuit League, so make sure you're getting yourself in that one as well. But yeah, keep your questions coming in. We'll be doing team ratings in 7 minutes, so get them sent over to my Twitter at FPLTom_. Leave it under my pinned tweet, and we'll get those rated for you guys as well. Saar or Rodgers? I would actually prefer to play Saar this week, I think. Start 1 from Hall, Robinson or Aina. I would probably go Hall. Yeah, I'd probably go Hall on that one. I would prefer to play Robinson. Better clean sheet data. More chance of an attacking return, I'd say, over Mikalenkovic. For me, anyway, that's probably the way I'd lean on that one. Yep. We make UCL Fantasy videos as well. We will be doing a stream on Wednesday as well. I filmed a video last night talking about my transfer targets ahead of this week. Kind of in a Fran-esque kind of cheat sheet style for that one. Winner of the league gets a soggy biscuit from Tom. Ugh. I still think Kluivert's the better option. They've got so many injuries that I think his minutes are probably going to be quite secured. Penalties as well. I absolutely love and adore penalty takers. You probably can't tell from my team. How many have we got in here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ridiculous. I'd start JP over Sarr. Gabriel for me over Timber. Yep, Kirkes could be a great option. Bournemouth's defensive numbers are pretty decent as well across the board. Yeah, benching Robinson could be a difficult one this week. I think like a lot of people might do it though. A lot of the casuals might just see it's, Manchester United. They still have this bias towards them being a big club, but they're not. Would you bench boost Aina, Robinson, Rogers, Fabianski? It's not bad, but I think with the double game weeks coming up and we're so close to them, and I've probably seen better, probably would maybe leave it for this week. Andy, I 100% agree with you, mate. I think Trent is the best second Liverpool option. Above everybody, of course, with, above Gakpo, above Diaz. His data is really good. Best in terms of defenders, 0.38 expected goal involvement for him. Ridiculous. In FPL Challenge this week, you get double points for January sign-ins. Is it worth picking the Ipswich Jan sign-ins? Can't remember his name. He's a midfielder. Oh, Philogene. I don't think he was in the predicted lineup. Maybe go and have a look on Charlie's thing and maybe have a look on FOTMob as well. Who do you think I should start? Hall or Timber? Hall. João Pedro, Gabriel, Sarr or Ahmed, Timber, Gakpo. Prefer the second options. Start Sells or Pickford? I would go with Sells. No worries, mate. Anytime. That's what we're here for. That's what this deadline stream is here for. We're here to help you out. Here to watch me crumble in terms of my transfer decisions as well. But yeah, that's what this stream is here for. We're here to help you guys out. Here to, of course, just have a little bit of fun as well. I don't see the link for the mini league. Whoops. Maybe one of the channel moderators will whack it in the chat for me. Please. I think it should be there, right? Oh, no, it's not. Maybe that's just usually on my videos and not on the thing itself. 3 minutes till team reviews. Woo! Thinking of benching Palmer, Tom? Don't. Don't do it. Munoz or Kirkes on a wild card? Ooh. Probably Kirkes. I like both. I genuinely think both are really, really good options. I think Kirkes will probably pick up around 25, though. Munoz drops off after 26. Oh, calm. Yeah, as you can tell, I'm always playing challenge, mate. I've not really touched challenge this year, to be honest. Yeah, I can't lie. I've not touched it at all. Soggy biscuits from all of us. Oh. Come on, guys. No soggy biscuits from anyone. None of that muck. None of that muck. I'm nervous to see your reaction to what I've done with my team. Oh, what have you done, mate? What have you done? If you're saying that, then it's definitely going to be bad, isn't it? Do you think Diaz starts today and the double game week? And who would you bench out of these four? I would bench Kluivert. But yeah, he's in the predicted lineups, so why not go for it? Bournemouth. Easy one there, mate. Bournemouth, Arsenal. Chelsea got some pretty decent fixtures up until game week 29 as well, post this City game. So yeah, they're going to be teams you're probably going to be looking at over the next few weeks. Of course, there will be a transfer targets video dropping after today's stream. So yeah, make sure you're kicking around for that one as well. Who is the best 4.5 million goalkeeper or below? I haven't had a look at this price bracket in a while. I probably would say, let's have a look. Who have we got? Goalkeepers, 4.6. Henderson, probably your best shout. Kepa could be a decent one. Some good fixtures coming up for Bournemouth, like I said. That's a nice run to be buying into. Minutes good. Minutes aren't bad. Minutes aren't bad. Yeah, Kepa, but you probably might need a bit of a decent option. But yeah, probably going to be Kepa or Henderson are going to be your two bench options. Whoops, just knocked my microphone like that. Let's not do that again. Right, let's head over onto Twitter then. Thank you for everybody that has sent their teams. Like I said, we're going to go through every single one that has been sent in. Of course, if you do want to get your team sent to me, at FPLTom_, drop me a follow, leave it under one of my most recent tweets, and we will get round to it. Right, this is the first one that was sent in. 0 free transfers, 0.1 in the bank. Dan Burn wasn't in the predicted lineup, so maybe just be wary of that one. Rest of the team, though, looks really good. I like that front line. It looks very, very ferocious. Hi, Tom. Using 2 free transfers from Jackson and Kudos to Mbeumo and Ndai. I don't mind it. I don't mind it. I think there maybe could be... Maybe this is a better option than Ndai, but I get the double game week appeal, so I don't mind it. Gabriel to Trent, Jackson to Visser, not playing because of Rodgers and Gordon, having good fixtures. Yeah, had to do it to afford Trent. Fair enough. I like all the moves you've suggested. I like all the moves you've made. Go for it, mate. This is one for my brother. 3.1 million in the bank. 4 free transfers. Any transfer suggestions? 3.1 million in the bank. He could go... Robinson and Fulham's fixtures really, really tail off. So I reckon I probably would try and get maybe Trent in here. Can he do that? I reckon he could, right? He could get Trent. For either Williams or Robinson, he probably could afford Trent. My maths is mistaking me. Yeah, it could be close for Robinson. Finally sold that fraud Jackson for Gakpo, and we'll either do Raya to Pickford or Castagna to Mikalenko. I like all those moves you suggested. Yep, thank God Jackson is gone from our teams. Let's just put it that way. I have 4 free transfers, thinking taking it to next game week and having 5, and then making some moves for double game week players. Or would you recommend me making transfers this week? I mean, you've got Trent and Salah. I think the team's pretty strong for this week. Who's on the bench? Yeah, I think you'd be fine. I think I probably would. Yeah, roll. I'd roll. 3 free transfers. Might just roll. Goalkeeper is the only issue. I mean, Fabianski is gonna play though, and I don't really like goalkeeper transfers. I think maybe the only time I would do a goalkeeper transfer, you could go and get Pickford in ahead of the double game week for next week. So I don't mind that as a potential option. Usually though, I would be recommending rolling, but yeah, you could get Pickford for Sanchez if you've got that money left over. Do I bench boost this week? Already used my wild card. If the answer is no, then I'm wondering if I start the right players. Could be a tasty bench boost. Could be a tasty one, but I think there could be better weeks, mate. I do think there might be better weeks. I think there might be better weeks. Who would you bench, and what do you think of the team? Did Sarr to Foden and Jackson to Visser. We'll do Colwell to Konate. I wouldn't bring in Konate. Slot made a very, very interesting quote in his press conference and basically said that he doesn't expect him to play all 3 games across the game week. So I don't think I'd do that one. But I think you could do... Yeah, I probably wouldn't have gone for the Foden move either. The City fixtures are pretty poor. But yeah, I wouldn't look at Konate. He's not probably going to play all 3 games across the double game week. Didn't want to do it, but drop in too many places. So wildcard is active. Any chances you would make? Any changes you would make? 0 left in the bank. It's not. I think there could be a better wildcard in there. I don't think I'd have Gordon. I know it's a good fixture this week, but I don't think I'd have him longer term. Unless you're planning on doing Diaz to him next week. And it depends how many transfers you built in, Tim. But yeah, Gordon probably not going to be a player you want longer term. Same with Chris Wood longer term. Probably don't want him. So yeah, maybe one to think about there, mate. There is a wildcard video on the channel, by the way, if you want to have some help and maybe take a look at that one. What would you do in the coming weeks? Next week, thinking of Gordon and JP to Mbeumo and Visser. I like both of those moves. I really, really do. Got a lot of time for the Brentford boys. They are one of the best attacks in the Premier League. Who to bench? Maybe Sarr over Rodgers, just with Champions League football midweek coming up for Villa. Such a big game for them. It's probably the only way I'd go with that one. Plan to reduce Palace and Newcastle assets, also Van Dijk, over the coming weeks. I don't want to waste a free hit on game week 29. Fair enough. I would obviously keep Van Dijk for the double game week, though. But yeah, you're probably wanting to look to sell off Gordon and Hall in the next few weeks anyway. So yeah, I think you're good. A couple of questions. Start Sells or Pickford and bench Palmer? If not, who do I start instead? I think I probably would maybe go Sells. And I wouldn't bench Palmer. I'd play Palmer over Gordon, Ahmed or Roger. Genuinely, over Visser as well. Play Palmer. Please just play Palmer. Your opinion? Nice. I like you've got Mikolenko for the double next week. Souček's a rogue one. Bit of a rogue one. Yeah, I think there's probably better players. Maybe Kluivert in 25 could be a decent option there. Gabriel and Jackson to Trent and Gakpo. Bruno benched. Is Rodgers hauling? I would play Bruno over Rodgers. Bruno over Rodgers just for purely penalty appeal. That's the way that I go with that one, mate. That one hasn't loaded in. Oh, because they've deleted it. Nice. My team this game week made 2 transfers for a -4. Estepinian's a rogue one, isn't he? Not seeing him. I'm not seeing him. I thought it's like the video. It's like, Mr. Pigden, someone said you was dead. Yeah, I've not seen Estepinian in a team in a long time. 3 free transfers used on Jackson to Gakpo, 0.7 amount, thinking Bruno to Mbeumo. I probably would keep Bruno this week. I think you could roll. I think that team's decent enough. You've made the transfer. I like the transfer you've made. Thoughts and ready for the double game week, baby, with a bench coming on next week. Yeah, I like it. Ooh. Yeah, I really like it. I think that team's in good nick. Team is in very good nick. Of course, if you do want to get your team rated by me, head over to my Twitter at @FPLTom_. Leave it under one of my most recent tweets and we will get round to it. What's been kicking off in the chat? A Turkey in a Bush is in here, one of our channel members. Hope you're doing good, mate. He says, hi Tom, I have 5 free transfers. Do you rate Haaland, Jimenez, Enzo, Henderson out, Alisson, Isak, Gakpo, Gordon in? Alternatively, I could get Ahmed rather than Gordon. I think I probably would do those moves, mate. And I do think I probably would do Ahmed over Gordon. Yeah, I probably would. -8 for Trent and Gakpo. Is it going to be worth it? Maybe with the double game week. Maybe. It's a stretch. It's a stretch at a -8. I'd just play Gavardio. Like, Gavardio can just come in and cover that. I won't worry about it too much. What are your thoughts on Richarlison? Not an option. Yeah, I don't mind both of those moves, mate. Salah or Isak as captain, I think it's a pretty easy one. We had the poll up earlier, but we closed it because it was a pretty foregone conclusion. We'd go with Salah on that one. Maybe send it again, or you can whack it in the Discord and I can just review it a little bit later if you want, Jessica. It's up to you. But yeah, let me know. Start Munoz or Robinson? I would start Munoz. Do keep your questions coming in. Any that you do have ahead of the deadline, guys. Get them in. Get those likes in as well. We are approaching 100 likes on today's stream. That would be absolutely mega if we could hit that number. Let me know what we should do for 100 likes as well. I usually do something when we hit 100 likes on a stream. I think last week we did a gritty. So, yeah, whatever you want to see if we hit 100 likes, let me know. Hey, Tom, great channel. Love the energy. Would you bench Hall or Munoz? I would probably bench Munoz there, mate. But yeah, thank you very much for that compliment, man. I hope people do enjoy the channel. Obviously, we've got big aspirations for this year. We're trying to hit 12,500 subscribers by the end of the season. So, of course, if you do enjoy that, make sure you like and subscribe and all that good stuff. Start Palmer plus Rodgers or Palmer plus Ahmed. Palmer plus Ahmed for me. Yeah, just send it over again. Sometimes they don't filter through, Jessica. I don't know why, for whatever reason, but yeah, sometimes they don't filter through. Do I rate Trossard as a rogue shout? I think with the double game week, like there, probably not. Not for me, anyway. I would prefer Havertz to DCL, mate. But I don't know if I wouldn't do it this week because you probably would bench DCL this week. But yeah, that's probably the way I go on that one. that's probably the way I'd go on that one. I don't think there's a weather warning in Liverpool. I've not seen one. No, I've definitely not seen one. Crab rave dance. Which one's that one? Is that those dancing crabs? Why do I always end up dancing? Why is there never anything like nice? Why is there never anything nice? Crab rave dance. How am I going to do this? Where are the crabs? So it'd be like that. Is that what you want? We can do a crab rave dance if we get 100. But I thought you guys would want something maybe a little bit more. I thought you'd want something maybe a little bit more. Let me know in the chat what you want. Let me know. We've got to hit 100 likes first, though. Start one of a Wobie, Robinson, or Milinkovic. I would probably go with Robinson in that regard, mate. Saw or Ahmed. I already have Mateta. Then I'd probably go Ahmed. Yeah, I'd probably go Ahmed on that one. But yeah, get those suggestions in. What should we do? There's a Fortnite emote for it. Oh, of course there is. Of course there is. Crab Rave Fortnite. Let's have a look at this shit. Oh, God. What is this? What is this? Alright. We'll do that. We'll do that. We've got to get to 100 likes first, alright? We've got to get to 100 likes first before we whip that one out. Start Wood or Cliver? I'd start Wood this week. And Mbeumo or Visser for a Brentford player. For a Brentford player to give attacking return. I'd probably have Mbeumo. Just penalties, 90 minutes, consistent. Perfect replacement for Palmer? There isn't one. There isn't one. People need to stop selling off Palmer. He is not a sell this week. He is not a sell this week. Can I do the pick the apples from the trees dance like that? Hey guys, if you get us to 100 likes, we'll do it. We'll do it. All right. 100 likes and we'll whip it out again. But yeah, when aren't I dancing on this stream? Honestly, you guys have been smashing it in recent weeks, and yeah, if we hit these like 100 likes and stuff like that, then I'll always do some dancing. I always will. That's what you get with this stream. No other streamer's doing this. I'll dance, I'll sing, and yeah, I think I just provide a bit of energy. Probably nobody else in the community does that. Obviously, I'll give you top quality FPL advice as well. I'm doing pretty well this season, which also helps. It also does help. Yeah, Palmer's not a sell all season long. He's a keep in the side. He just is. We're past 100. Let me give it... Oh, we are. Thank you very much for everybody that has been smashing the like button. Really, really appreciate that one. So I guess we're going to have to do a crab dance, aren't we? Yeah, I guess we're going to have to do a crab dance. I need to move some stuff out of the way. Give me a... I'm just going to have to flick some clothes away on the floor. Whoops. There we go. They're moved out the way. It's at 105 likes. All right. Keep going. Right. Okay, so he does like a... If I put that there, that's just going to keep replaying and I can just copy along the moves. All right. Let me... Would you think about getting an appointment for a hit? No, I wouldn't. Right. Thank you very much for everybody that has absolutely smashed the like button. This is for you, by the way. This is for you. All right? This is what we do on this channel. Absolute idiotic things whenever we hit 100 likes. Maybe I'm going to have to up that goal to like 150 soon. Because we keep hitting it and I keep doing just daft and stupid things. But yeah, let's I guess have a go at this crab dance then that people are all raving about. Alright? Big cameras on. Cheers out the way. You ready? Alright, it's going to start again. Hang on, I need to stop the video again so I can see what I need to do for it. So it's like a... There you go. There we go. Boom. I hope you enjoyed that. For God's sake. There you go. There's the crab dance. If that doesn't deserve a like, I don't know what will. Honestly, I don't know what will. Someone turn that dance into a sticker. Someone will probably clip it up and it'll be on Discord. Looked groovy. Cheers, bro. Oh, see, that's what you get. You don't just get the top quality FPL advice. You get some crab dancing as well. Alright, that's what you get in this stream. It's not just the top quality ones. You can send your team in here or over on Twitter as well. Either's fine, mate. Genuinely, either's fine. Nah, I've never played Red Dead. Never played Red Dead in my life. I don't really play video games anymore. This is technically the only video game I play anymore, and it's not really a video game, is it? Would you sell Wood or Mateta for Gakpo? I would rather sell Wood with the fixtures starting to tail off a little bit for Forest. Wood to Gakpo, yeah, I think a lot of people are probably maybe going to look at that move as well. Do you like Rare Wood to Pickford? What? Rare Wood to Pickford Gakpo for a -4. It's a difficult one, that one. It is a difficult one. It is a difficult one. Any idea why people are selling Palmer? Bro, I have no idea why people are selling Palmer. I think they've lost the red a little bit. I think people have lost the red. By the way, the Holy Coin is here. If anybody, nobody's had a go on it yet. If you got any 50-50 split decisions and you'd like a head or tail toss, then go for it. I guess probably because captaincy's quite secure this week, isn't it? Obviously, if we hit 150, we'll do something else in terms of likes as well. So, yeah, get smashing that like button. Maybe something other than a dance, because we've done dancing back-to-back weeks this time. Even the people selling Palmer have no idea why they're selling Palmer. Yeah, it's mental. Clipped and shipped to the Discord. Love that. Love that, mate. Of course, if you want to head over to the Discord, get yourself in there. One of the channel moderators will drop a link for that one. Bruno versus Ahmed, which one is the best? I think just Ahmed purely for price. Bruno, you obviously get the penalties and the corners and the free kicks, but yeah, I still prefer. That's why I'm dropping Bruno down to Ahmed. I'm not really seeing too much of a difference to justify the price. I think the Isak captaincy one has obviously dropped off because of his poor performance last week. Just like that. Thank you for dropping the Discord link in the chat, Jamie. I appreciate that one. By the way, guys, head into the Discord, of course. Got a pretty decent Discord going over on there if you want to chat to me. There's a few of the channel moderators and stuff like that. We talk about all sorts, really. Good morning, Tom. Thoughts on when to use the assistant manager chip, if not in game week 24? I think around game week 30. Obviously, if you're like me, you're going to wildcard then. Then game week 31 to 33, there's a decent window. I think that'll probably be your other alternative. Ahmed or João Pedro? I'd prefer to play Ahmed this week, if I do that one. Cheers for sending me a team over on Twitter, bro. We'll go and take a look at that one. Of course, guys, if you are enjoying today's stream, make sure you're liking, subscribing, all that good stuff. We've had a few more teams sent in, so let's take a look at some of these. I don't mind the Wood to Vissa one, probably not this week, though. Maybe more next week. I think realistically, you probably could just roll that. I think Bournemouth had the better clean sheet odds, though. But I think you're probably going to be safer sticking with Aina in there just for the numbers purely. Is the benching okay? I probably would be tempted to play Ahmed over Rodgers, but it's a 50-50 call, that one really, isn't it? It is a 50-50 call, but both are pretty decent. Jessica's team, there you go, Jessica, it's filtered in. 0.1 mil in the bank, 1 free transfer. I think I'll hold this week. Then Enzo out for someone. Longer term, maybe Aina Wood out. Yeah, probably. I hate having Virgil van Dijk, but can't sell him before the Ipswich game in a double. Yeah, you probably can't. If I was to do Enzo out, probably would be for like an Ahmed if you've got the money, but I don't think you quite have. But yeah, maybe just roll. I think you could roll. You could get away with this team for this week. Roll, build some transfers, and then obviously look at your plans and stuff like that. Final team that's been sent in: Raya, Munoz, Virgil, Hall, Cliver, Ahmed. Who would I start? I probably would be tempted to start Saar over Cliver, but each their own, I guess. Each to their own. Anything that's going around on Twitter at the moment? Doesn't look like it. I don't think we'll probably get any team news either. They've really tightened up on that this season, haven't they? Really, really tightened up on elite team news. We're not getting anything this year in regards of that. See my many memes. Yeah, you do send a lot of memes, bro. I love it, though. Pedro or Rogers? I would start João Pedro. Robinson or Konza? Probably go Robinson. Predictions for the Chelsea City game? I think it's going to be a goal fest, really. Obviously, City have only got one fit centre-back. So, yeah, I reckon goal fest is probably what we're going to be looking at. Yeah. Except Garnacho, yeah. But yeah, I reckon probably going to be a goal fest. We can go through my predictions, actually. We can go through my predictions. George can probably clip it up and put them in the Discord. Like I said, there's a thingy league in there as well. Let me get the fixtures up. Here we go. Right, Bournemouth Forest, I'm probably going to go a 1-1 for that one. Brighton Everton, I'm probably going to go for a 1-0 win to Brighton. Liverpool Ipswich, I'm going to go 4-0 to Liverpool. Southampton Newcastle, I'm going to go 4-1 to Newcastle. Wolves Arsenal, I'm probably going to go for a 2-0 win for Arsenal. City Chelsea, let's always, if you're ever unsure, just go for a Desmond Tutu. Crystal Palace Brentford, I'm going to go for 2-2. Spurs Leicester, 3-1 to Spurs. Villa West Ham, I'm going to go for a 1-1. And then Fulham United, I'm going to go for a 2-1 win for Fulham in that one. But yeah, there we go. There's my predictions. Let me know what you think the scores are going to be this week, guys. Let me know in the chat which way you're potentially leaning on scores. Any sort of predictions, let me know. Get them in the chat. Also, get your likes in as well for today's stream. Massively appreciated. Of course, if you're new around here as well, make sure you're hitting that subscribe button as we are trying to hit 12,500 subscribers by the end of the season. It's only possible with your guys' amazing support. Looking at the poll, option 1 is currently leading the way with Gakpo, Trent and Ahmed. So, yeah, that's probably maybe the way we might be going. Probably the way we might be going with this team. Hey Tom, how much do you rate your ball knowledge? In England, my ball knowledge is pretty good. Further adrift, starting to look into Europe, starts to get a little bit dicey. I can name like certain players, but obviously my focus is FPL. Like I probably can name you most Premier League players right now because I have to know them for this. Lower league as well. I support Mansfield, so yeah, we're pretty good in that regard. But once you start getting like maybe abroad, it starts to get a bit shaky. I went with the DCL option just to weaken the field. Fuck's sake. Got to be done though, bro, hasn't it? Got to be done. Got to be done, mate. It's just got to be done. Keep your questions coming in, guys. Any that you do have ahead of the deadline, let me know. Do you have any suggestions for a cheap defender? Yeah, let me go and bring up the defenders and we'll talk through the cheap options. Defenders, where are they? Defenders, 4.3, 4.5 will go and then we'll start looking down. So we've got Gahey could be a decent shout. Who else have we got? Trevor Chalobah's just slotted straight back in. Huijsen is, of course, going to be my favourite. Mikalenko with the double coming up. Nico Williams, if you want to get into that Forest defence. Liveramento at 4.5, but their fixtures do start to turn away. Yeah, I think once we're probably getting past that point, yeah. So Huijsen's going to be one of my favourites within that cheap bracket for me, personally. Yeah, that's probably the way I'd lean on that one. Okay, let's rate it. Prime Salah or Prime Hazard? You go in Prime Salah. Every day of the week. Every day of the week. Salah's just so good. Wood to Gakpo for a -4. I don't think I'd do that. Chris Wood's actually got a pretty decent and solid record against Bournemouth. So, yeah, I probably wouldn't maybe advise on that one. Pedro or Cliver? Probably go João Pedro this week. Greaves hat-trick tonight. Yeah, defo getting taken. I take him out. He'll go and get a hat-trick later. I just posted my team. Cool, bro. We'll go and take a look at it. I can't believe nobody's had a go on the coin today. Where's the coin suggestions? Where are they? Come on, get them in. Castagna or Huijsen? Probably would go... Probably go Castagna. -4, Gordon to Luis Diaz. Not this week. Not with Gordon playing Southampton. Not worth it, in my opinion. Not worth it in the slightest, in my opinion. As a Chelsea fan, it's Salah easy. Hazard was a great watch, but ain't even close. Yeah, agreed. Hazard had a few good years, but Salah's never had a year where he got the same number as that year where Hazard was terrible and Chelsea were terrible. Salah's never had one of those years. He's just been a consistent performer every single year, and it's ridiculous. FPL Golden Goal's going to make his transfers. I'm just watching his stream for a second. He's got Colwell out, Diblin out, Haaland out. He's going Trent and Mbeumo Gakpo. Nice moves, Tom. Nice moves, mate. I like them. I like all those moves. By the way, if you haven't checked out Golden Goal's channel as well, he's currently one of the top content creators right now within the game. 48k, which is ridiculous. Yeah, I saw apparently I've had too much sugar. I saw that comment. Who cares? Who really cares? This is the way I am. I'm not going to change for anybody. Maybe because of the dancing. Maybe people don't like the dancing. Maybe we get rid of it. Maybe we get rid of the dancing. Gakpo, Trent, and Cliver. How about that? For who? Yeah. Wow, Golden said it. Oh, Golden. Oh, we're going to be having words with him. We'll be having words with him. Yeah, I know. I think quite a lot of people do that, don't they? They hop back and forth between me and Golden, but it's completely fine with me. I have Rodgers and Murphy. Which one should I run this week? Murphy, easy. Maybe if you took your shirt off. Bro, I ain't taking my shirt off. I'll leave that for Tom to do. Tom can do that at his swim meets. He can take his shirt off. Someone had one for the coin, didn't they? Who was it? Yeah. Andy, one of our moderators, said bench Visser or Ahmed. All right, we'll go heads for Ahmed, tails for Visser, okay? I need to turn that down a little bit. There we go. You ready? Tails, which is Visser. There you go. Yeah, very good moves. Very good moves from Tom. I like him. Hi, who to bench amongst Rodgers, Gordon, Palmer, Foden, Semenyo, or Raul Jimenez? Probably going to be Semenyo or Raul Jimenez out of those options. Rodgers could also slide into the bench as well. Yes, I am doing team ratings today, Charlie. If you want your team rating by me, leave it over on my Twitter and we'll get it rated. Coin. Yeah, if you've got any questions for the coin, any split dilemmas, maybe a benching headache, let me know in the chat. Yeah, all for free as well. Great moves from Golden. Obviously, we do have my potential transfer plans on screen as well. Gakpo, Trent, Ahmed. Ahmed, DCL, and Trent with the assistant managership in 24, or option 3, Trent, Ahmed, Visser with the assistant managership in 24. I feel like for the memes, he should have held Haaland. Bro, he wants to get a good rank. Yeah, if you get a good rank in this game, especially at this point, you're probably going to be looking at pretty decent views as well. Saliba return date, it was 2 weeks last week, so maybe next week. Maybe post FA Cup games, something like that. What was the question you wanted with the coin? Can the coin decide between Hall or Robinson? Of course it can. Heads for Hall, tails for Robinson. Heads for Hall. There you go. Start Sells or Henderson? Probably go Sells. What do you think of Watkins? Yeah, I spoke about this in a video this week. I think he's obviously in really good form, and any other time of the season, we would be, of course, looking at him. But with the price that he's at, with us, of course, having a double game week right around the corner, with John Duran just sat there on the bench waiting to pounce, don't think it's going to be worth it for me, in my opinion. Semenyo or Rodgers? Not sure about Rodgers with Champions League minutes. Yeah, that's kind of one of the things I've been thinking a little bit, is I'm not 100% sure on Rodgers' Champions League minutes. Because that's the thing, if I brought in Gakpo, I probably would bench Rodgers this week as well. Should I start Porro over these? Gabriel, Hall, Virgil van Dijk and Munoz? I think Porro wasn't even in one of the predicted lineups we saw from Charlie earlier, so probably not. No worries, mate. Anytime. I want to see Haaland from earlier in the season. I don't. I didn't even own him. And the fact that when I was at, 62k in rank after not owning Haaland, and we were 5.2 million? Mental. Bournemouth are at... Where are Bournemouth at? Bournemouth are at 28%, I believe, for a clean sheet. So there's definitely a probability that they can. Forest aren't like an overly attacking side. But yeah, let's wait and see. Bruno to Mbeumo for a -4. Not for me, personally. Golden goal sold Haaland. Get in there. Well done, Tom. He's finally seeing the light. I did a -3. Enzo to Cliver. Jackson to Visser. And Virgil van Dijk to Trent. Nice. I like those moves. Start Rodgers or Ahmed. I'd start Ahmed. Yeah, I'd start Ahmed over Rodgers this week. I would start Rodgers over Ahmed. Ha! We're all suddenly around you. Yep, we're the big boys now. We're cleaning up. We're coming through. We're cooking. Thoughts on punt on Richarlison or Ortega? Neither for me. Not options at all. Not options I would even consider. Yeah, you never can hold it. Like, I've kind of just been slipping a little bit. We've been at 52k. Then we've sort of fell. I mean, I can get my rank up here. Where is it? As you can see, the past few weeks, we've kind of just been weirdly stuck here. But obviously, we're going to make these moves this week. Big boy moves that hopefully get us back. But as you can see all the way back here, look at this. Game week 7, 5.2 million. To then game week 22, now 61k rank. It's pretty ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. But yeah, we've kind of just sort of been like plateauing a little bit the past few weeks. But once you get up to these ranks, of course, it is going to be a lot harder to make those gains. But hopefully the moves that we've got lined up this week can get us back within contention. Hopefully, anyway. I hope. First sub, DCL or Murillo? I probably would go DCL. Hey Tom, have you seen the clips of the new centre-back? I haven't. I haven't seen the new clips, but obviously if City are looking at him, got to be decent. Yeah. That's just the way the game goes, though, isn't it? People find players, and I feel like when I was back at that 5 million rank, I was probably going to take more risks than you were at your rank. So yeah, that's probably the way I'd see it. Chalobah or Robinson this week? I think I'd probably still prefer playing Robinson. Start Aina or Robinson? Probably would start Aina if I had to pick between the two right now. Gakpo and Muniz or Mateta and Konate. Konate, yesterday Slot made some quotes around him potentially not featuring in both double game week games. So I probably would go with the Gakpo and Muniz moves. Best Enzo replacement up to 5.6. I think Ahmed's a great shout. Genuinely a great shout. Despite the 115 charges yet. Do keep your questions coming in, guys. Any that you do have ahead of the deadline. Let's try and answer as many as we can. John's in the chat. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing good. He says, start Savinho or Ahmed. I would go Ahmed, my friend. Castagna or Nico Williams. I would go Castagna this week. Yeah, I'd go Castagna. Nearly been streaming for 2 hours, by the way. In 10 minutes, we'll be streaming for 2 hours. So, yeah, it's good. It's good. For your transfer plans, I like option 3 because Visser is more nailed and has a higher ceiling for points, in my opinion. However, I don't think the assistant manager trip in 24 is the one to play. Fair. I think if that's the case, then I would rather maybe take the punt on Gakpo with the double game week. But let's wait and see. Ah, okay. That's interesting. Okay, that's interesting. I personally, for me, I think Salah and Trent are the two ideal ones you need. Then everybody else is kind of a bit of a punt. That's an interesting thing, that, Duncan. Okay. Gabriel, hold or sell? I would only sell him for Trent. Everybody else I'd hold them for. Start Matoma or Ahmed? I would play Ahmed. Bench DCL, Jacob Murphy or Palmer? Don't bench. Bench DCL. Never ever bench Palmer. He's on penalties. He's ridiculously good at football. Come on. Always, honestly, if anybody's benching Palmer this week, I think you could end up with a big headache. City have only got apparently one fit centre-back. So yeah, come on. Don't do it. Don't do it. Bench one of Ahmed, Palmer, Watkins, Rodgers. Probably Rodgers out of that list you gave off there, Gary. Captain Palmer. Definitely not a Captain Palmer, but definitely keep him. Don't sell him. Don't bench him. Start two of Hall, Kirkes, Mikulenkovic, Munoz. Hall and Munoz. Yeah, that's probably the way I'd lean on that one. Yeah, the 115 charges are... The fact that they've spent it. They're spending money like it's going out of fashion. They ain't getting charged, are they? I probably wouldn't go for Otara for me personally. I think Cliver or Semeno are probably going to be your picks. I would bench Semeno in that one, mate. Alan, one of our channel members, says bench Rodgers or Bruno Fernandes. Rodgers on that one, mate. Play Visser or Sarr. Ooh, I think with potential doubts about Visser, maybe go Sarr. But it's a very, very 50 call on that one. Play Hall or Munoz. I'd play Lewis Hall. Yeah, I think they've gone well, but still, he probably maybe had like some compassion leave and maybe just took a little bit of time. I just think he probably has missed 1 or 2 training sessions. Can you rate teams? I'm always rating teams on Twitter. If you want to send it over to me, we'll go and have a look at it, mate. Oh, you were talking about the City ones. Coin toss, Visser or Sarr, please. We can do those for you, bro. We can do those for you. Right, heads is going to be Visser. Tails will be Sarr, okay? You ready? It was tails. There you go. It was tails. I'm going with an unorthodox 5-4-1 formation today. That's very unorthodox. It works in Champions League because the players get ball recoveries. I don't know if it's going to work in Premier League. Bench Robinson or Hall? I would bench Robinson over Hall. I mean, that's a very, very good midfield if you were to make that move to Mbeumo. What's up, Tom? How are you? Start Aina or Munoz and Wood or Ahmed? I would start Wood and I would start Munoz. And I'm decent, mate. I hope you're doing good as well. Hope you're doing decent. Do keep your questions flooding into the chat, guys. Massively appreciate everybody in here today. Absolute legends as always. I've got Savinho and Cunha. Who would you start? In Charlie's predictions, Cunha wasn't in the lineup, so maybe go for Savinho. Get my words out there. Voice is starting to tingle a little bit. Hey Tom, bench Semenyo or Rodgers? Semenyo. Bench one of Ahmed, Rodgers or João Pedro? Rodgers. I answered this question already. I said start Ahmed. Please do not spam in the chat. We'll get round to questions as and when they come in. Castagna or Huijsen? I think I'd go Castagna. Yeah, I think I'd go Castagna. Coin toss, Robinson or João Pedro? Yeah, we can do that, bro. We can do that. Heads is going to be João Pedro. Tails, Robinson. It's heads. There you go. I nearly dropped that, by the way. Hey, lads, who would you start, Rodgers or Visser? I would probably start Visser. What's your plan for blank game week 29? I think we're going to probably dead end the team into it. We're probably going to dead end the team into it, I reckon. Because I think I'd rather, and I did this last season, I would rather use my free hit for the double rather than for the, what's it called, the blank. I think there's just more upside. Unless there's like some absolute world beaters in 29 that I need to get in my team. But I've gone through FPL.team, had a look, and we can build transfers quite easily into that week. Let me have a look at the fixtures in 29. So Arsenal got Chelsea. Liverpool could be in the final, so that could rule the Villa game out. Bournemouth, Brentford, I could get a Bournemouth player in pretty easily. City are playing Brighton, not the best fixture in the world. Yeah, it just doesn't seem like... United against Leicester, but I'm already going to have Ahmed. Might still have Aina at that point anyway. Yeah, there's a few interesting games in there, but yeah. Yeah, I've already used my triple captain, bro. I used it on Haaland in game week 9. When he had so many chances. Hey Tom, who would you bench, Wood or Rodgers? And I'd probably just stick with the Salah captain, mate. That's probably the way I'd go with that one. Captain Palmer, thoughts? Don't do it. Just play him. That's all you need to do this week. Just play him. The reason I'm telling people to bench Rodgers is because Champions League. What did he play? A full 90 midweek? They've got a massive game coming up midweek as well. Would not surprise me if they go maybe 1-2 up. Rodgers is benched. That's it. It's a good fixture, but yeah. What did he play midweek? Were they on the Wednesday or were they on the Tuesday? They were on the Tuesday. 86 minutes for Rodgers midweek. Yeah. And United are terrible, by the way. United are absolutely abysmal. They really, really are. Vardy or Raul? Raul. Hey, mate, would you bench Robinson or Gabriel? I'd bench Robinson in that one. Is it too big a risk to captain Isak? Yeah. We did a poll earlier and it was like 88% captain Salah. I imagine when the bigger boys start streaming as well and we see some of their numbers come out, yeah, it's going to be ridiculous. Gordon to Mbeumo in 24. Not a bad option. I like that. I think I'd probably play Sarr over Rodgers. Yeah, you need to set your bench order as well. You need to set your bench order. And he wasn't in that predicted lineup, so I don't think he'll start, no. Hey, mate, start 2 out of these players. Sarr, Rodgers, João Pedro. João Pedro and... It's a toughie between Sarr and Rodgers, I guess. Semenyo or Rodgers. Probably would lean more towards on Rodgers on that one. Foden or Ahmed to start. I mean, if you picked up Foden, you've probably got to play him. How to set a bench order? Just like this. Like that. There you go. Easy. Just click that little button there. Palmer, don't bench Palmer this week. And Forest double, probably not the ideal week to have double defence this week, is it for them? Aina or Munoz to start? I would go with Munoz. And I think that's probably the way I'm going to go with this as well. Make sure you're liking today's stream, by the way, guys. We are approaching 150 likes on today's stream, which is pretty decent to say the least. Obviously, we've been streaming for about 2 hours as well, so to hit 150 likes would be absolutely immense. Of course, if you're enjoying the content as well, make sure you're hitting that like button, subscribe button, all that good stuff. It means the absolute world to me. Like I said, we are on that road to 12,500 subscribers by the end of the year. And if we could do it, amazing. Why are you starting Rodgers over Jackson? I mean, this isn't going to be how my team is going to look. We're obviously going to make our transfers. We're probably, going to go for option 1 of Gakpo, Trent and Ahmed. We are probably going to go for that option. Yeah, I probably would make that move, mate. I probably would make that move for from Raul Jimenez. What are your transfer plans for this week? Yep, let me talk you through them. There is obviously the poll in the chat, but let me talk you through my potential transfer plans. I think I'm probably going to go with this one. All right. So let me get rid of all the players that I need to get rid of. So Greaves out, Trent in. In midfield, we're dropping Bruno down to Ahmed. And then, of course, we're going to go and get Gakpo. Like that. That's the plan. It would, of course, require me to take no minuses. We've got free transfers. Leaves us 0.1 in the bank. And next week, we might, of course, drop Raya to Pickford to get another doubler in there as well. But I'm feeling pretty confident about that. I'm feeling pretty confident about that. But yeah, like I said, I think Trent is my favourite Liverpool asset after Mohamed Salah. Gakpo's a little bit of a punt, probably just going to be for the double game week. I think post that, probably not going to be an option I'm going to be looking at. But yeah, they're the options. All right, they're the options. They're the options. Of course, we do have other options as well that I could go for. We could, of course, drop Gakpo here to Visser. Could just get Visser in. And then, of course, we could just then play the assistant manager chip next week. However, I'm getting a little bit of cold feet on that one. That is the plan, but I think we could either do that, yeah. Visser in here, or there is the other alternative dark option that nobody likes. Calvert-Lewin. But, yeah, I don't think we're going to go down that route. I've maybe seen the light a little bit. Alisson a hold? Yeah, easy hold. Yeah, the manager chip would be played if I brought in Calvert-Lewin or if I brought in Visser. I don't have the triple captain in game week 24. I've already played it in game week 9. But yeah, if I didn't have it, yeah, I definitely would be playing it in that game week. I don't think I'd do Wood to Gakpo for a -4. Not for me personally. DCL is what you need. Oh, DCL, man. DCL, what a clown. Yeah, I use my TC. I use my TC already. Any good punts? Visser could be a decent one, I think. Any double game week players could be. Moyes will get DCL cooking. Oh dear. I'm taking credit for you seeing the light on DCL. We're not. We might be going for it. We might be going for it. Hey mate, got Iwobi, Robinson and Munoz on the bench, starting Aina, Trent, Hall, Salah, Rogers, Palmer and Buemo. Any changes? Nah, I probably would go with that. Start Rogers or Saw. Such a 50-50. Maybe because Rogers played decent minutes midweek and got another big game in Europe on Wednesday. Maybe Saw. Start Rogers or João Pedro. João Pedro. Thoughts on using the TC this game week? It's not a bad option, but I think with us being so close to that double game week, I just don't think it's going to be worth it. I will use the manager chip on game week 24, so have the same thinking like you, DCL or Vissa. Yeah, I think Vissa's the steadier option, but with it being a double game week, I just like the double game weeks, isn't it? Opinion on Son captain? Nah. João Pedro on that one, mate. DCL didn't score in 17 game weeks, yeah, but it's a double. It's just a double. It's just the way we've got to look at it, all right? Hiya, Tom. Which one, Robinson, Hall, or Gabriel to bench? Probably Robinson out of those, mate. Sell Raya for Alisson. Not a bad shout if you want to maybe look at that Liverpool defence. I've been stabbed by DCL so many times. The DCL hate is unreal. Of course, if you get yourself over on the Discord, there is a lot of DCL memes in there as well. Do I sell or keep up Foden? I would probably maybe keep him this week. But yeah, I think he probably is longer term going to be a sell. Thoughts on Saw to Matoma? Not a move I would be making. If I'm taking Saw out for anyone, it's probably going to be Ahmed. You underestimate DCL. He's a better finisher than any other striker in the Premier League. Maybe there's a lot of split between DCL here, isn't there? Thoughts on Pickford for Raya? Ooh, I don't mind it. I think I'm maybe looking at it. Mikolenko for Vandenberg and Konate for Colwell. Don't mind those moves, Frank. I don't mind those moves. Hey, Tom. Bench Wood, Saw, or Rogers? Rogers. I probably would do those moves, John, yeah. Babs is shopping. I let the bird out of the cage. Yeah, probably not maybe the move for you. Then maybe look at overall options up front if that's the kind of state of your midfield. Pickford or Alisson? Ooh. I think there's more upside in Pickford. Evening, Tom. Free transfers. Only one way to afford this move. Gabriel, Iwobi, Wood, Hall and Buemo, Gakpo in. I don't think I'd probably go for Hall. The Newcastle fixtures aren't bad for the next two, but longer term, yeah, they start to get a little bit more tricky. I don't really see too many clean sheets post Southampton, really. Maybe not until the West Ham game. I think the AI has probably hit the nail on the head. Probably. Yeah, I still do feel like the assistant manager chip might be better than Gakpo. Who's people got in like 31 that I could maybe look at? Right, let me bring the fixtures up. 31. I mean, Arsenal's fixtures are good, aren't they? What's United's like? City, Newcastle, Wolves. I mean, we could do it for the lols and the bants. Newcastle aren't bad. Forest aren't bad. Spurs. Some good fixtures around there. Maybe the assistant manager chip should be played then. I don't know. Is Nico Williams nailed? Yeah, he's playing fairly decent average 90 minutes, but again, probably not a player I would maybe be looking to bring in at this point. Do keep the likes coming in, guys. We are approaching 150 on today's stream, which is mental, by the way. Absolutely mental. So shout out to you guys. Absolutely killing it. Mateta for Wood. Not a bad move. Not a bad move. I don't mind it. It's the same old fly. Keeps getting in your eye. What happens if Ange gets weak? Oh, right, yeah. So the assistant manager chip, although it is like saying like it is the manager, it's actually not the manager, if that makes sense. It's like the club. Like, they've obviously got the manager's name to them, but even if the manager gets sacked or yellow carded or red carded, it doesn't actually matter. It's just more like the club. But obviously they couldn't do that because that's in EFL Fantasy, and that would be, you know, copying another game. What? No, they definitely wouldn't have done that. Would you buy Gakpo if it means selling Gabriel? Probably not. Probably not, Crown. It's a tough one. It is a tough one. I guess we're kind of stuck with this decision at the moment, aren't we? Looking at the poll, a lot of you are saying just go for option 1. Option 3, though, is tempting. It is a tempter. Salah, easy captain. Genuinely an easy captain this week. Start Burn or Robinson. Burn wasn't in the predicted lineup, so maybe Robinson. Oh, 100% they took that from EFL Fantasy. 100%. I think I tweeted it when they announced it. I was like, I wonder where they got this idea from. I think I tweeted the Mr. Beam, you know, where he's like looking over. I think I tweeted that when they announced it. Play Hall or Robinson. I would play... I'd play... who would I play? I'd play Hall. There you go. Would I be stupid to captain Gakpo? Yeah. I think Salah this week's just the easy captain. He just is. Who should I start? Kirkez or Aina or both? I do have Clivert. Probably maybe just back one of the sides. Maybe lean a bit more towards Bournemouth with them being the home sides. Bookmakers data as well is also... Oh, wrong one. That one. Is also leaning towards them as well for the win. So there you go. I would start on Buemo and Eze. Yeah, I would go on Buemo and Eze on that front. That's the way that I'd sit on that one. Play free out of Munoz, Sarr, Wood, Xiaopi, Mikalenkovic, Huysen. I would play Munoz, Wood, João Pedro. There you go. Pickford or Sells. Better clean sheet odds for Sells. Probably more chance of making some more saves. Yeah, I probably would go Sells on that one. It's going to be tight though. Extremely, extremely tight. Whichever way you go on that one. But yeah, it looks like there could be a lot of goals this weekend flying around the Premier League. Lots of projected goal involvements. Lots of clean sheet odds as well. Lots of one-sided games it looks like we potentially could have on our hands there. Of course, make sure you are liking today's stream. We are approaching 150 likes. If we could hit that, that would be incredible. And of course, if you do enjoy the content, make sure you're hitting that subscribe button as well. We are trying to hit 12,500 subscribers by the end of the season. And it's only possible with your guys' amazing support. Hello, Flawless Football. How are you doing, my friend? Hope you're good. Got Odegaard. Who should I sell him to? Brian Mbuemo is probably going to be my top pick there. Could take a gamble on Diaz. Ahmed, if you want to drop it down and maybe fund up some moves to the back. Maybe it gets you a Trent Alexander-Arnold, something like that. I got Palmer and Foden. Do I start both? Bit of cash. Ooh. I mean, I probably would. I probably would start both, yeah. I mean, I wouldn't worry about them being a clash. Especially with them being attackers. I think people looking at clashes is a little bit overrated. Like, I wouldn't worry too much about that. Yes, the manager would count towards the player count. So you'd only be able to have 2 Liverpool players. No worries, mate. Hope you enjoyed it. Yeah, we try and have a little bit of a fun spin on FPL, I'd say. A little bit of a fun spin. Of course, we've got the Holy Coin here if you want to have a go on that one. Any split decisions you've got, let me know. Ooh, I probably would go Saar from Palace, but Damsgaard's been pretty decent. Probably one of the players that has been kind of just creeping under the radar a little bit, hasn't he? Richarlison, a great option with Solanke out. I got him in great feeling. Fair enough. I think Spurs will score today, but at the same time, it's Spurs. But the next few fixtures are really decent. If we look at the 11ify data, they are one of the top teams for projected goals. Obviously, the standout fixture being this one with the 2.71, but not bad across the next few weeks. I've been doing weird transfers just to get one. Oh, mate. I feel gutted for you. I feel gutted for you. Lewis and Jackson to Konate and Gakpo. Don't mind those, yeah. I think Everton will outperform their position. Probably will. Moyes has got them ticking. Yeah, I don't think I probably would go Richarlison. I don't think I would. Hi, mate. Bench one of Wood, João Pedro and Bruno. Probably João Pedro. Oh, also Munoz and Robinson. Probably Robinson then, yeah. I played João Pedro and Hall in that one. I still got Jackson. Should I sell him for someone? And who should it be? I think the top option, if you know, is going to be Gakpo. But this is a decent option. DCL's in there if you want to have a little bit of fun over the double game week. Jamie's edging. Closer to Moyes' assistant manager. Take a little trip. Take a little trip with me. Yeah. Bench Wood, Rodgers or Ahmed. I probably would bench Rodgers. Probably would bench Rodgers, yeah. Do keep your questions coming in. Of course, we will be doing team ratings all the way up until I do finish today's stream. Hi, Tom. Eze or Kluivert? For this week, I prefer to have Eze. Gordon and Dalot to Trent and Ahmed. I like those moves, but doing Gordon out ahead of Southampton feels dicey. I feel like, you know, Newcastle could go fun. You can't associate the words having fun with DCL yet. That's my bad. My bad, mate. Raul Jimenez or... Oh, that one deleted. I'm scared of not owning Gakpo. Have Trent, top 3 Liverpool picks to fit in, I think. Yeah. Trent, Gakpo. Yeah. Anyone else seen Sheffield United get mauled by the Tigers? Yeah, that was funny last night. That was funny last night. Cheers for sending me a team, Tom. We'll go and take a look at that in a second, mate. Take a little trip. Take a little trip with me. I'm hungry today. Really hungry. Right, looks like we've had quite a few actually sent in. Result. Locked in team for me. 66k overall. Very nice. Saar to Mbuemo. Okay, mate. I like it. Obviously, moving away from the triple Palace. Got Trent in there as well. I like it, mate. I think it's decent. FPL Mitrovic. Nice team, mate. Nice team. Like it. Bench okay? Yes. I guess it's a 50-50 split between Kluivert and Visser, but the coin spoke for you, didn't it? So, yeah, all good. Thoughts on Saar to Rodgers for a -4. Already used my one transfer on Jackson to Gakpo. Yeah, I wouldn't do that for a -4. I'd leave it as is. I wouldn't do that move for a -4. Take a little trip with me. Let's get that idiot out of here. This is the move I am thinking more about. I think it just covers me off with like all the Liverpool boys. Obviously, we'd have no Diaz, but we'd have Gakpo, we'd have Trent. Yeah, I think we'd be really set up nicely for the double game week. Anyone that doesn't own DCL is having fun. Oh dear, dear, dear. Is Trent a must? I think Trent's a must. If you look at his data compared to what Van Dijk does, yeah, he just is a must. He just is a must for me personally. There you go. No more hits. Look what happens. Patience is one of the biggest strengths, I would say, to this game as well. By the way, guys, we're 2 likes. 2 likes, by the way, off 150. If you do want to help me out, make sure you are hitting the like button. It does push it out to more people. Pushes it out to the algorithm as well. No DCL, no party. I mean, you're not wrong, are you, Jessica? You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Do. Trent is a must. Trent is a must for me personally. He just is a must. Who should I captain? Salah. I mean, captain's an easy one this week. It's going to be Salah. We did a poll earlier. It was like 88% it finished on. He is a must. He is. Poll DCL or Gakpo? Oh, God, I think we know which way that one would go. I think we know which way that one would go. It would absolutely get slammed. Who would I start out of this team? I need to kind of put my starting 11 together. So we'd have Hall, Trent. I guess we'd have Hall, Trent, Munoz. And Buemo, Palmer, Salah, Ahmed. And then Gakpo, Isak, Wood. I mean, my bench is ridiculous for this week. Absolutely ridiculous. But I guess that's the way it is. We've absolutely smashed the 150 likes now, by the way, guys. So thank you very much for that. Massively appreciate that. Lot of time for you guys. Absolutely smashing it. Obviously, if you want to rewind the stream, I know it got clipped at some point. We did the crab dance for 100 likes. So, yeah, thank you very much. Like I said, you guys have been absolutely mega today. We probably will wrap up around about 11:30. Obviously, when a lot of the big boys do go live and stuff like that. No point really sticking around there. They'll kind of take the baton, I guess, and take most of the views away from us. So we'll just be sat here like one man and a dog kind of vibe. So yeah, we're going now. We're going now. Bruno start. Yeah, I probably would play Bruno. Isak is my captain option against Southampton. Got a feeling he's going to score 2. Fair enough. I just think Salah's effective ownership this week is going to be absolutely massive. Honestly, genuinely massive. So yeah, probably going to cause quite a few problems. I don't like the move to Szoboszlai personally for me. I think I'd rather just keep Bruno. Please bench 1. Ahmed, João Pedro, Rodgers, Wood. Rodgers? Honestly, it's tough. That is really tough, and I probably would go Rodgers just because they've got Champions League in midweek. You know what else is massive? Lord Taper. Don't worry, I'm up to date on my memes. Off to Accrington today in the cup, going to get battered. Nice. Enjoy, mate. Hopefully you don't get battered. Ooh, I probably would, you know, mate. I probably would, Duncan. For hits, maybe a bit extreme, but yeah, I probably would do those moves. Milenkovic. Raul Jimenez or João Pedro. Who should I start? Should I bench one of Mbeumo, Rodgers, or play both? I would play both, and I probably would go João Pedro. When is the deadline? The deadline's not till 1:30. Yeah, the deadline's not till 1:30. Hey, bro, start Timber or Robinson? Probably go Timber. I would probably bench Robinson or Konza there. Not on Charlie's one. He's benched on Charlie's one. He is benched on Charlie's one. I've seen that he's benched on that one. Coin flip, Timber or Aina. Yeah, we can do that one. Heads is Timber. Tails is Aina. Tails. I guess we probably should do a coin flip for my options. So we'll do option transfer 1 of Gakpo, Trent and Ahmed. That's going to be Tails. And option 3, Trent, Ahmed, Visser with the assistant managership in 24 is going to be heads. Alright? Tails. Tails. The coin has spoken. I can't not do what the coin tells me. I probably would do the second option there, Ash. Probably Konza, better clean sheet odds this week. Alright, the coin has spoken. I think we're going to make our moves. I think we are going to make our transfers. There it is. Greaves out, Trent in, Bruno out, Ahmed in, Nicholas Jackson out, Gakpo. Wowzer. Wowzer Rooney. Are we going for it? Are we going for it? Let's go for it. Confirm transfers. Bosh. Done. No looking back now. Right, he starts ahead of him. Oh, that's... We could end up with some heartbreak. I mean, it's not a bad week to bench boost, is it? Jesus. It really isn't a bad week to bench boost, that one. But yeah, there we go. We're locked in. That's how the team's looking ahead of this week. That could be heartbreak. We've binned the assistant manager chip for next week. We could still get Moyes, but we've binned it. We've done it. We've gone with what the coin said. The coin has spoken. We've made our transfers. We've done it. That's how the team's lining up for this game week. We've obviously got Gakpo, Ahmed. Mate, the bench is ridiculously strong. Honestly, that bet. Let me know if there's any changes you would do in the chat. Let me know if there's any changes. I wish I'd saved my bench boost. I still have mine, and that's ridiculous, that bench boost. It is good. It is good, I can't lie. What do you mean by dead end it? So like dead end the team in terms of just picking people for like just 29. Then obviously my plan is to wildcard in 30. That's the plan anyway. Konza for Ahmed? No, surely not. I'm playing a back three. I'm not playing 4 back. Bench boost could be an option. It is a really good bench. Should I make... I can't even get my words out anymore. Should I make funds for Arnie slot in the double? Not bad. I can make room to get Moyes if I did Raya down to Pickford. It's an option for next week. It is an option. But yeah, we've made the transfers. We've gone balls to the walls. We've used all 3. We're attacking the double game week. We're attacking the Ipswich game. And let's just see what I guess happens. It could be an interesting one. Let's just put it that way. It could be an interesting one. Rodgers 13.0. Oh, it's written. It's so written, isn't it? It's fully written that Rodgers is absolutely going to slam it this week. Yeah, it is fully written that Rodgers is going to slap it. Who to bench, Saar or Semenyo? Probably go Saar. Hey, can you do a coin flip if I should do a -4 and a second coin flip? Greedy. Come on, second coin flip. Very greedy of you. Just take the one. No need for 2 coin flips, is there? No need for the 2 of them. But yeah, let's do it. I'm bored. Right. Heads is you do it. Tails is you don't. Heads. So you're doing the -4. Second one is Gavardio or Burn. Gavardio can be heads. Dan Burn can be tails. And it's heads. Gavardio. Munoz or Kirkes, who should I start? I'd probably go Munoz on that one. Who to bench, Ahmed or Saar? Probably go Saar. Yeah, please don't spam. Greedy me. Oh, he's been warned. He's been warned. Look at the enforcement agents out in the chat. Who to bench, Ahmed or Saar? I think we did that one, didn't we? I said probably go Saar. Bench Cunha or Ahmed? I would go bench Cunha this week. I'd play Ahmed. He wasn't in Charlie's predictions, so yeah, I'd probably go that way around. The coin supreme, yeah, the coin's spoken. Spoke for me as well. Told me my transfers for this week. Would you sell sells for Alisson this week or wait? I probably would do it this week. With the double game week on the horizon, yeah, I probably would. Play one of Aina, Robinson or Lewis. I would probably be between Robinson or Aina for me personally. Those would be the 2 that I would be looking at. Bruno or Ahmed. I mean, I've just made the switch down from Bruno. I don't think there's too much point in having Bruno when Ahmed's doing just as well. I know he's got penalties and stuff like that, but there's not too much discrepancy between their scoring for the price difference. That's my opinion anyway. Of course, there will be a video out tonight, my transfer targets video, which always drops around about 7 o'clock. So that one will be dropping fresh. Of course, it will be a double game week special. Who's my favourite Brentford player to watch? I love watching Brian Mbeumo and Visser. Like I said, I've watched probably maybe like 70% of the Brentford games this season. A ridiculous amount. I'd start João Pedro over Elanga as well on that one, mate. Yeah. Play Ahmed or Semenyo. I'd probably play Ahmed. Yeah, I swear that guy lies a lot. I swear he's been caught having told some porkies before. Let's have a look anyway if it's on the league team news. I don't follow him, so he obviously won't be coming up. Fair, Andy. Fair enough. Fair enough, mate. I'm getting Everton manager for the double. Not a bad option, is it? Not a bad option. Is Gakpo only good till 25? I mean, if he keeps his place, then why not? But yeah, I think I probably will sell him here in 26. I mean, they've got Southampton there, but yeah, I'm probably still going to look to sell him in 26. In terms of my replacements that I would probably be looking at, who's got decent fixtures around 26? Let's have a look. Brentford going to Leicester, Everton, Aston Villa, Bournemouth. I probably would just pick up Visser then. Or I could pick up João Pedro. Could go back to Jackson with Villa, Southampton, Leicester, Arsenal. Who else have got decent-ish fixtures for that period? United play both Ipswich and Leicester and Everton, but also have Arsenal thrown in there, but probably won't look at any of their forwards. Could, if he stays, could obviously go back to Cunha, Bournemouth, Fulham, Everton, Southampton as a run. It's not a bad run. How's your rank? My rank's doing all right. 62k. We've kind of just middled off a little bit at the moment. Pete's Pie says he's gone balls deep. Nice. He's gone Trent in for Hall. All right. Okay. I'll rate it. I'll rate it, Pete's Pies. Hopefully it works out for you, mate. Start Burn or Ahmed. I would start Ahmed. Already, especially if you've already got Hall in as well. Pete's Pies has just gone balls to the walls. He's done it. He's just done it. I don't think I'd go Gakpo captain. I think Salah's just an easy captain this week. There's no reason to overthink it. We're going to have weeks where you're going to obviously need to go elsewhere. What's Trent's ownership? I'm 30%. Jesus, no wonder he's been killing my rank. Start 2 Palace players. Don't predict to get more than Hall. Okay. If you want to go off predicted points, then fair enough. But yeah, I don't think I would. It's absolutely freezing in my room, by the way. I don't know what's happened, but the temperature's just dropped off a cliff. Absolutely dropped off a cliff. Yeah, I mean, there's decent fixtures for Bournemouth as well, so you've obviously got that route covered off there. But he's not a bad option, is he? There's no European football for them to worry about as well, so why not? Why not? Hey lad, who would you bench? Rodgers, Visser or Eze? I would bench either Visser or Rodgers for me personally there. It's a toughie. It is a toughie. But yeah, probably between Rodgers and Visser, I think Eze starts. Do keep your questions coming in, guys. Any that you do have? Any dilemmas, let me know. Pressure. Da ba da ba da 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 da. Love that song. Should I bring in Diaz for Enzo? I wouldn't do it this week. I would do it next week so we see what rotation goes for the Champions League. Which Bournemouth defender plus mid would you buy from now till game week 25? Hoyson and Kluivert. Kirkes is also a decent option. So same with Semenyo, but I prefer those other two first. Have 4 free transfers. Wood to Gakpo thoughts. Not a bad option. Not a bad option. I'm benching Visser first sub and have 10 points each week on my bench. Yeah, we can do a coin flip. We can do a coin flip for you, mate. We'll do heads for Rodgers, tails for Visser. It's tails, which is Visser, so he's going on the bench. Probably Ahmed is my favourite option down that price point. You've got Rodgers as well. Kluivert. There's quite a few decent options down there. Should I sell Bruno and upgrade Munoz to Trent? I don't mind that. I think you could sell Bruno down to an Ahmed. Get yourself Munoz to Trent. That'd be decent. Kluivert's going to be 25 and Buemo from any point now. Best defenders to buy this week? Trent. Yeah, it's just Trent. It is just Trent. Hey Tom, bench 1 out of Rodgers, Sarr, Visser, Wood. I think you're probably between Visser and Rodgers. We just did a coin flip for it and Visser came out on the bench, so we'll go with the coin. I did Solanke and Gakpo still have free transfers. Any good? Yep, I think you're in a decent position, mate. I'm glad I'm ending the stream in like 5 minutes because I need a massive shit. Like I said, guys, there will be a video dropping out later tonight. Just like something's going to be dropping out my arse in a minute. Want to captain Palmer. Hopefully Liverpool and Man City lose today from United fan. I can't see it happening. I think, like I said, the sensible option is just to stick with that Salah cap. Don't have the funds for Trent. Who next? Maybe Konate. I think you'd probably want to look at the double game weeks. Mikalenko. Logic says bench Vissa for Ahmed. Prediction, yeah, I probably would do that. When should I get in Buemo then? I just did that question already. Do you think Sarr is still a good option considering the data has fallen a bit? I think he's okay for this week. Probably the next few. Want to start to maybe look at selling him off. I would probably keep Mateta for this week. Brentford are one of the worst sides for XG conceded. So, yeah, I think I can see Palace scoring today. Bench 2 out of Enzo, Nwari and Mikolenko. With Nwari not playing, I probably would bench Enzo and Nwari. Yep, good luck to you as well, Andy. I'll hold it in for a little bit longer, guys. Don't worry. I'll stay alive till around past, just after. Kirkes isn't a bad shout. Yep, I don't mind Kirkes as an option. You've got Hoyson as well at 4.4. He's decent within that price bracket. What do you think of Konate? He's okay. I would prefer if I've got the money to go to Trent. I would prefer to go to Trent. Every day, every day. What do you think of double defence on Everton? I mean, it's risky. It is risky, but they've got Leicester in that first game. If they keep the clean sheet in the first game, they'll be fine. It's then the Liverpool game. Like, Pickford might pick up a few saves. That could be beneficial for him. No worries, mate. Anytime. There's an alarm just going off. I don't know where it is, but there's just an alarm going off. Konate or Virgil? I don't think there's too much difference, so probably Konate. Sell Sanchez for sells. I already have 3 Liverpools. No, I don't like that. If you're gonna sell Sanchez for anybody, it'd be Pickford. Otherwise, I don't really see the upside in it, John. That's just my personal take on it, anyway. But yeah, do keep your questions coming in, guys. Any that you do have ahead of the deadline, let me know in the chat. I think we've got one final team review sent in. Triple captain Salah today. I think with us being so close to the double, you just hold it and do it next week. Where's the one final team review? Here it is. This is going to be the final team review of today. Thank you for everybody that has sent in their teams. Thank you for everybody that's liked, subscribed to today's stream as well. Who would you sell to get Mbeumo and Gakpo, or should I just buy Alisson for the triple up? Alisson. Yeah, I mean, you could probably get Wood for Gakpo, right? Wood for Gakpo could be an option that you could go for. Yeah, you could go Wood to Gakpo. I don't mind that. But Alisson for the triple up could also be very beneficial as well. Yeah, Jimmy's pretty much said what I said on the stream earlier. This guy's spouted that much shit. I forgot how many incorrect ones he's had and how many right ones he's had. Like I said, if you throw enough shit at a wall, sometimes some of it will land. And that's kind of the approach he goes for. Hi, mate. Would you do Elanga or Sarr? I would start Sarr over Elanga for me personally, mate. Yeah, I'd start Sarr. I mean, he could be an okay option, but unfortunately his hamstrings are just made of cheese string. That's just the unfortunate nature of it, isn't it, really? His hamstrings are made of cheese. That's the only problem, really. Other than that, he's a good player. No worries, mate. Anytime. Diaz, Salah and Trent, or Alisson, Trent and Salah? Alisson, Trent and Salah for me. I prefer that double up in the back line. That'd be the way that I'd go with it anyway. Jamie's just sent the link in the Discord. Of course, if you've got any questions, get yourself in there. There's loads of good, high-quality stuff going off as well. Bench Pedro or Wood? I would probably bench João Pedro, but it's a titan, that one. That is a titan, Marcus. Right, I'm going to end today's stream because otherwise I'm going to absolutely cack me pants. Of course, a lot of the big boys have gone live, but if you want to go and support my friend Golden Goal, head over to his stream. I'll probably pop in the chat. for a little bit as well. But thank you for everybody that's been in today's stream. You've been absolute legends. Thank you for everybody that's subscribed as well. Like I said, a video dropping tonight. Then, of course, there will be some Champions League content scattered through midweek with, of course, the final match day of the group stages as well. There will be a stream on that one as well. But yeah, thank you very much for everybody in the stream. Legends, love you. See you in a bit.